We're live, peoples.
Hi. Are we?
Okay. Need to get this all set.
I'm refreshing. Hey, there.
There we are. Okay.
That's a good thumbnail. That's a good thumbnail.
Sorry for the poor quality, peeps.
It's Reggie McGedgy.
It's Reggie the puppet.
It's Edgy the Hedgy.
I'm a real boy.
What?
Reggie, I'm a real boy.
I'm a real boy.
Oh, God. Okay. Ah! YouTube.
Frankly, frack.
Okay. So, welcome to Gamers View. I don't know what to say. Welcome. I'm trying to get the chat because we're gonna be doing a Q&A. Well, if
I'll cue your A.
you'll cue my A.
I'll cue you in the A.
Oh no. Need to refresh this because YouTube, ew.
YouTube, ew. Oh my god, it's a miracle. You spelled Nintendo Switch video captures right.
I did it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what sucks? They didn't give me the option like to have it where like the video is stretched across the screen and like the suggestions are down at the bottom. Whatever happened to that?
Whatever happened to the good old days, YouTube? Huh? What happened to that?
Okay, there it is. Theater mode. There we are.
Theater.
Okay, trying to get everything all hooked up here.
My dog's making weird noises.
He is?
Yeah.
Isn't that what all doggos do?
He's like half asleep right now.
Okay. Alright, but hey peeps, we're streaming. We're gonna be doing a Q&A, but before we do that, we're gonna do some talk about E3. I thought it would be a good time to do it because a lot of channels are already doing it, so I thought, hey, why not throw having the game in free stuff? You know,
before we get started, Andrew, I recommend you look at the chat real quick.
that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
I'm trying to get the chat hooked up. Sorry for the slight inconvenience.
We're fighting goblins.
You know what else?
Fighting
You know what else is an inconvenience? Life.
Okay.
Pretty inconvenient.
I'm going to the chat.
Overall.
What did it say?
Rip Reggie Puppet. Don't start yet.
Yeah, that's why I said, like, yeah, you should probably bring that up.
Dang, Edwin, you ruined it all.
Alright, hold on, let me, where's this thing where it's like...
Alright,
Oh, that's not it.
Okay,
That's
while
not
we're
it.
waiting for Ed, who
Good
am I?
gamers, remember, guys.
What?
It's the dog.
The dog, of course. He's our mascot.
No, all dogs are.
All dogs are our mascot.
All dogs? It's like All Might, but All Dog.
Yes. Hurry up!
Hurry up! Hurry up!
Hurry up! I want to do my podcast. Yeah, but the only captures I got going on. If you want to find these, go check out NSG.
Shout out to myself on that one.
Yeah. We got some arms going on. We got Superman versus Superman. How original I am.
Spring name.
Spring Boy, of course.
Or Bing Roy.
Shout out to
Reggie Puppet was...
Shout out to the Reggie Puppet, Originator.
Jeff, have you even seen that thumbnail? No? Okay, I'll show you. Jeff? Sorry, Skyler went away from the mic. I have to put him back. Act!
Yeah, Skyler
Reggie Fielding.
But yeah, Surrey at some point, where like every single game member like sends in like recordings, and I have like this massive compilation of all those
You need to mute the gameplay.
Hey, what?
Yeah.
What? No!
Yeah, the volume on the YouTube footage on the stream is up.
Ah! How do I turn this off? Oh yeah, I have to mute it all the way down.
You just gotta mute it like any other YouTube video.
Yeah, the YouTube video is muted though. I mean, I mute. Okay.
Well, alright, well, I guess that works too.
Sorry, my peeps. Sorry, everyone. I didn't really expect that. Sorry about that. Thanks for letting me know ahead of time.
Yeah, I was just like looking at the stream here, and I'm like, I hear stuff other than a whistle. I'm like, what is that? It's like, why is the game audio like up?
Yeah, but hey, I seen that you made a Team Kraken versus Gamers U promo.
Yeah.
You want that to
There's
happen?
actually, I made that because you said you were gonna make it happen.
At some point.
Yeah.
Don't know when, but
So I actually made two different versions of that. The first version, which was the one that went up on Gamers View, has like our screen names like NSG, Generic Joe, and whatnot, and then the version on Team Kraken has our actual IRL names,
so
like Skylar and Andrew and stuff.
and Jeff,
Well, Jeff is just Jeff on both of them.
I know, because Jeff is Jeff.
Because I forgot to put Jeff Derp on the Gamers View version. One might even say I derped.
Don't worry, I was going to change it to Jeff. Just Jeff.
Jeff.
Just Jeff? Okay.
I mean, wouldn't that be harder to find your channel?
No.
I mean,
Hey,
let
look,
me see.
Donkey Kong's on the screen. Okay.
I typed in Jeff, and the first thing that comes up is Super Mario Logan.
What? Oh God, Jiffy.
And Jeff the Killer.
Jeff the Killer.
Jeff,
of
what did
course.
you do?
Oh yes, Sushi Striker.
Video games. Funky Mode. Oh, Funky Mode's gone now.
And yes, I actually played the Sushi Striker demo, and I have to admit, it is good. Let's just talk
but
for
I
a
haven't
bit.
played it yet, so...
Edwin, how long are you taking?
He's at church.
Give me a second.
Worshiping Kawasaki.
Press him real quick.
No.
And
Why? Huh? Are you at McDonald's right now and you're making us wait a couple of hours? Ah!
Did you just hang up?
No, it glitched. Need police. Hey,
there we go.
he's not here!
Well, I pulled up this one so that way when he does get here, which he just did.
Finally, we can start this thing.
I like how as you're complaining about him not being here.
Finish. I'm currently doing something. I need a few
Well, we
more.
got you on the call now, just so when you are ready.
Yeah, I'm about to switch over to my Xbox because you can hear me.
Oh, okay.
Dang it, Edwin!
Well, we'll just. Actually, you could just pick up right from the Xbox. don't need to call you again. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
just do that.
Yeah,
You guys ready to get started?
So give me like minute, 2 minutes to get down there. Turn my Xbox on.
Alright.
All that.
Okay.
All that fun stuff.
32. If you're
If you take more
watching,
than 2 minutes,
I swear to God.
32. If you're watching, at some point, if you'd like to join in at any time. Okay.
he's probably not awake. I imagine that's why he's not like doing anything.
Probably.
He's probably, he
Why
might
is
be awake.
Skype pulled up?
Maybe. It depends. Because he just told me he wakes up and then sometimes he'll go back to sleep.
That's what I did
Mine
this
is
morning,
not
actually.
Wake up at a normal time.
Oh, hey, look.
Pull back.
Hey, guys, GDTF2 fam is here.
I know. I'm
Is this a
interacting with him.
podcast or
That's cool.
gameplay? Lol. Yes. Not that it matters. I'm okay with both. This is going to be a podcast. We're right now just talking because we had a week.
You rang? We couldn't tell. I'm turning my
Well,
mic on.
technically, he didn't ring. His Skype call rang.
Okay, so here's what's going to happen. We're going to start
No, he
out
said
with
my
the
name,
main
so I
bulk
said
of this,
Ryan.
which is
Yeah, I know.
So we're going to start with the main bulk of this, which is going to be Nintendo. Afterwards, we're going to have some just other small topics that relate to Nintendo's E3.
You should probably put that in the title. It's like E3 2018 predictions, mostly Nintendo,
True.
or something like that.
True. Yeah, let me... No, I can't.
90%.
I'll do that afterwards.
By 90, I mean 98%.
And then
It's
we're
more like
gonna-
80. It's more like 87%.
Yeah,
Really.
and then after we talk
It's
about
because it's
the
answers.
small topics of
It's gonna
Nintendo.
take as long
Well,
as-
no, it's not just that. It's the fact that in a good way and a bad way, Nintendo's like the easiest to predict their E3s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because it's guessing the first party stuff, so it's like you know what's going to be there in comparison to the other consoles, where it's like they could have their exclusives, they could have their third party stuff.
yeah.
You
So
know, I mean, to be fair, it is getting harder now that Nintendo's getting more third party stuff, but still,
but yeah, they
we
still.
can count the first party stuff, at the very least.
Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna start out with the main list, top fives and stuff about Nintendo. Then we're gonna focus on the smaller topics, and then we're gonna talk about Microsoft and Sony. And then we're gonna do a Q&A where you guys ask us questions and we ask you guys questions.
You've got the Q, we've got the A.
So yeah, that's what's gonna happen. All right, so let's start out with the main top five or whatever. Okay, so this is gonna be the first part of it. Now we only know one game that's confirmed for E3, and this is the one that many people. Alright, I'll watch it for a bit until another stream. I'm waiting for it starts. Also, Sharphead Gamer, do you remember me? Yeah, dude, I remember you.
Who that?
GDTF2 fan.
Unfortunately.
God, are you alive? It's been so long since we've seen you. You're alive.
Yeah, man, I remember you.
I never forgot you.
I also like how he's not a mod here.
But
Like what is that? Why is he
Stop!
he's not like
Stop. Okay.
it varies too much, it bothers me.
Okay.
Hold on, give me a
so
second. I gotta pull up.
We're gonna
I
start.
gotta pull the stream up on my computer.
Okay. Take all the time you need, unless it takes until tonight, in which case
Oh, you know what? Screw
take
this.
time.
I'm gonna do
I
the
like
introduction.
how when I type in Nintendo Sharpay Gamer, everything but Andrew pops up.
I know, because this channel, and then if you type in just NSG, you get another thing called NSG that isn't Andrew.
Yeah. So here's what's gonna happen. So I'm gonna introduce it. So section 1. Shut up. Section 1 is gonna be the one game that many people would always predict, and it's the
The
only
one
game
that we
that
thought was going to be announced at E3, but was announced a couple months
it's the
ago.
only game that we know that's gonna be at E3. That game is gonna be Super Smash Bros.
Super Smash Brothers! difference.
I'm still waiting on it to come out this year. You promised me.
The
Nintendo.
only thing to say is I.
It may not. We don't
Obtain
know.
box-
But in the meantime,
Oh wow. Okay, so let's start off with the first top 5. So the first list for Super Smash Bros. Is going to be the top 5 characters that we want to see in the new Smash Bros. Game. So let's start. I'll go first with number 5. And this is going to sound absurd, but hear me out. Number 5, I would actually love to see Crash Bandicoot make it in Smash.
Oh, it's like Gamers do. That's why I couldn't find it.
that's viable. It's a viable choice,
Because
especially now.
this is the first time we're getting like the first 3 games on a Nintendo console, and Activision has been helping Nintendo out a lot. So to see Crash Bandicoot there, I'd be down for it. Now, what
You know
else?
something funny is that like just something funny that they had was like back in the 90s when they had like there were some Crash Bandicoot commercials where it's just like they had the dude in the Crash suit standing outside the Nintendo office. It's like, hey guys, guess what?
Oh,
We
it's
got
my
our own
next,
3D
and then I moved
platform
it
and
back
it's gonna be so much better than yours. And now those same games are coming to a Nintendo system.
Yeah. So another thing why I put them on the list. Activision members have even gone as far to say that they would love to see Crash Bandicoot in Super Smash Bros. And
Well,
this
to be fair, Phil Spencer said he wanted to see Banjo-Kazooie in Smash Brothers, and that never happened.
true. But I mean,
You
I
never
just-
know.
Banjo and Kazooie shall rest in peace.
Okay. Generic Joe, what's your number 5?
Well, I didn't think you were going to go to me that fast. So,
Hey, don't look at me. I was unprepared for this.
Oh, I'm not allowed to
alright,
talk,
well,
guys, so-
I'm not looking at you yet.
No, you told me
But
to shut
we'll
up.
get to you in a second, so.
Screw you.
Okay.
Here's the thing.
So yeah,
I
I'm not gonna be part of this stream.
I'm a weirdo. I'm sure you all know this. So, normally when Smash hype is, and I did this for Smash 4 as well. Whenever there's Smash hype, I always try to have as few expectations as possible. You know, like whenever someone has like character predictions, like, oh yeah, there could be Ridley, there could be like all these other cool characters. There could be Dixie Kong, there could be, you know, all these Pokemon that could be in there, and then half of them don't make it into the game, and instead we get the Wii Fit Trainer, Shulk, and Solid Snake. Well, actually, I guess a lot of people wanted Snake, but still, like you can't tell what Sakurai's going to do next.
Yeah.
Like, and another thing, when Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze was coming out, people expected there to be a reveal like, oh, a new Donkey Kong representative, or maybe Diddy Kong's announced for the game. Then they announced Little Mac. So it's really like, obviously I have characters I want in the game. Like, there's no surprise there. Every Nintendo fan has characters they want in the game. But like, it's kind of hard to predict who can get in the game.
That's
And
true.
who can't. That being said, and I say all that stuff just because I didn't actually make 5. I only have 3. So, with all that said, number 3 is Banjo-Kazooie.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Because at this point, like, either him or Crash. Like, Crash is obviously more likely, but, you know, Phil Spencer did say he wanted Banjo in the game, so either one of those two, I would want in the game.
Okay.
And, you know, I don't think I need to explain how, but, you know.
Yeah, that'd actually be sweet.
So there's mine.
Sir,
I
how
guess
about you?
one thing I have to say with that is just say one thing. The hardest part with that would be Microsoft. They're the guys that
Yeah, exactly. That's why it would be difficult.
because you know
Hey, Jeff.
they seem like they're willing to do stuff, but you don't know how willing they are.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I think it's more likely now than ever because, you know, obviously Banjo got his start on, you know, he got 2 N64 games and he had like a couple GBA games, I think.
Yeah, he did.
So I think the rule set for a Smash character is that it's like they are a video game character first, not like from an anime or a TV show or movie or anything. They are a video game character.
And that like
Creation.
will never happen.
Exactly, or Shrek. So it's that, in addition to the fact that they have to be in a game that was on a Nintendo platform at one point. And Cloud follows those rules exactly because, Final Fantasy VII was PS1 all the way back then. But he was featured in a Final Fantasy game on, I think it was the DS or something.
That's true.
So, yeah, he fulfills those two requirements. And that's another thing. Solid Snake,
because
Metal Gear Solid
I
games
think
on
it's Twin
PS1 and
Snake.
stuff. Those Metal Gear Solid games were on PlayStation and stuff. But then there was, I think it was Twin Snakes that came out on the GameCube. So he was a perfect contender.
Okay, we got a comment about.
He was a contender.
Okay, we got a comment about Banjo-Kazooie. It reads, Banjo-Kazooie probably won't happen since Microsoft is a monopoly company. Yeah.
You know who's actually a monopoly company? Disney.
Disney.
Buying everyone.
Yeah.
True.
Microsoft's
though.
What is that one thing?
That's why I put that and Crash in the list because
Okay.
Crash definitely could happen.
Sir Ed, what's your number 5?
Okay, so my number 5, I need to explain one thing first.
I already know what his number 1 is going to be.
Of course.
You might not expect it because this character, reason he's number 5 is because he's probably going to happen. But the way I'm going to explain it is what makes it number 5 and might not happen.
Oh no.
For Breath of the Wild, Link to be its own separate character from Link.
Oh, okay.
Like how Toon Link and Young Link were separate from normal Link?
Yeah, because those games play so differently, and I don't know how you would, without offending literally everyone, to accurately make Breath of the Wild Link just a reskin of previous Links. Just the way the game is so different. I don't.
Well, I definitely see what you mean, but I feel like if they were to have another Breath of the Wild Link, they had Young Link and Melee, and then they had Toon Link and Brawl and Smash 4. So each game, except for 64, has had 2 versions of Link, and then they took Young Link out when they had Brawl and Smash 4. So I feel like if they were to have Breath of the Wild Link as the variant of Link in Smash 5, they would take out Toon Link, possibly.
True.
Because and kind of similar thing with Mario. We've got Mario and Dr. Mario, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Any other variants just they simply don't happen, or they're just skins.
Okay. All right. So Jeff.
But there's also Marth, though, who has 3 different variants.
AP.
Yeah, Roy became more of a
I feel like here's the thing: is that in Smash 4 I think they made Roy different enough from Marth and Lucina. Because, Lucina is literally the same character, it's just, the stats are a little bit different.
Okay.
Whereas Roy has, fire moves, and they're, slightly modified. Although his final smash is the same, which...
they're explaining something that is not really part of what the podcast is supposed to be about.
Yeah, it is. Alright, hey, Jeff, what's your number 5?
Shrek Super Slam HD, exclusive for the Switch.
This is for characters for Smash Brothers. Okay.
Did you just say Shrek Super Slam for Smash Brothers?
Yes.
What?
He did. Okay. Let's move on to number 4. So my number 4 is Paper Mario. Paper Mario has made...
Watch the link I put in the chat.
Okay. Paper Mario has been confirmed that... Oh, I'm sorry. You know what I think Mario might get in another character alt for Mario, a Cappy, since he plays really differently. Yeah, I can see that happening. You guys, you there?
Well, I think what they'll probably just I don't think they'll change his moveset up completely because of Cappy. All I'm thinking that they'll do is just replace Flood, the down B, replace Flood with Cappy. That's what I'm thinking they'll do.
Yeah,
I think the same thing.
Because
otherwise it's the same. It's the exact same Mario.
Did you guys hear my number 4?
I could see why they would want to have extra moves for Cappies and side Bs and whatnot because he's throwing them all everywhere. But
true.
They might replace they might replace the down B and the side B with them.
That too.
I will.
Could do that.
But So,
I don't know. They might
guys,
just turn them into
yo, guys.
functions exactly the same
Okay.
as Lightspeed, but if a cat be instead.
Okay, actually, I just thought of something. You know what they should do? So you know how in Odyssey they have like the move where you spin around and like
Why is it
you,
not
you,
letting me?
you spin the stick and then Mario starts spinning and then you can throw the cap and the cap will start spinning in circles too.
Yeah.
And you know how in 64 and Melee and Luigi in every Smash game, their down B was like the tornado move?
Oh, you're saying it could be like that?
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Maybe they could bring that back and just not have FLUDD and then do something else with the side B, like throw the cap forward.
Well, here's what I'm thinking of. By the way, did you hear my number 4, guys?
But you had to know what they're like.
Yeah, FLUDD was like strategic,
You
and
guys,
that's it. Like,
did
if you
you-
weren't a high-level Mario player, you just weren't using
Did you hear
FLUDD.
my
It's that
number
simple.
4?
Huh?
What'd you say?
All right, we're gonna move on to number 4.
I thought we were already on 4.
Yeah. Did you guys hear or no?
No.
My number 4 is Paper Mario.
Oh, yeah, I did
Yeah,
hear
you
that.
said that. Okay.
Yeah.
But then we got off topic.
Nintendo has confirmed that Paper Mario is his own character, and I think that he needs some more representation. Now, Paper Mario hasn't had a a good history right now, because after Color Splash, we got Paper Jam.
It was mostly Sticker Star.
Yeah, mostly Sticker Star. We got Paper Jam, and then we got Color Splash, and those
Oh yeah, I forgot Paper Jam existed.
were meh at best. But seeing Paper Mario in Smash Brothers, I think that would be a good way for him to redeem himself, to say the least.
And one thing I gotta say, I feel like a lot of people are really upset with Paper Mario, or at least the recent Paper Mario games, because they're not the RPGs of old.
Yeah, like
True.
because Super Paper Mario was more like a platformer with RPG elements. Sticker Star was like it had the RPG stuff, but it was like extremely limited. Because it's like you pick up the stickers and you get to use those moves. When you're out of that sticker, you can't use that move anymore.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
It's
in Pokemon how they have like the certain points for each of the moves, but it's handled in the worst way possible.
Yeah. So, Generic Joe, what's your number 4?
Well,
Or in this case, your
as I
number
mentioned
2.
before, I didn't make the full 5. So, my number 2 is pretty much any Generation 7 Pokemon. I don't care who they put in. I just want to.
Hey, thanks for stealing mine.
I didn't know what yours was.
He stole yours?
I was still coming up with it. It's like, thanks for stealing one of mine. I'm still coming up with it.
To be fair, I don't really feel like I have to predict this because they're probably going to put a Gen 7 rep in there anyway.
Yeah.
That doesn't change the fact that I still.
Well, here's my opinion. Either it's going to be Gen 7 or Gen 8, if it's going to happen.
Or Gen 8, I think more than. Or maybe they could do both. They could do Gen 7 when the game launches, and then do Gen 8 around the time that those
by the way,
games are going to launch.
Nintendo, listen up for a second. Have the characters for free. No.
Beyond to the longest video.
No. Please no pay DLC for stages and characters. Please.
Please do.
Please don't.
For Smash 5, you mean?
Yeah, for Smash 5. That would be the biggest disappointment.
I think actually maybe just don't have 5 trillion Mii costumes that add up to spending so much money. Maybe just like keep it as limited as possible, or just don't do it. Because as a concept, I'm not opposed to having DLC characters in there, but since there's so many in Smash 4, there were so many Mii costumes, so many stages, and then so many characters that came with stuff, or they came with stages and music and whatnot. That's what ended up having it cost more and more as time went on. So, just maybe limit it so it's just characters and stages, and if they're gonna add music or trophies or anything, either include them with the DLC characters without charging more, or just have it in an update.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Because there are other fighting games out there Mortal Kombat X, Injustice, and whatnot that do DLC fighters as well.
Yo,
And
peeps.
Capcom's recent fighting games, which
Okay, yo.
maybe don't do it like that.
A sec. Sharpay, you know they will make another Bayonetta which takes 6 months for nerfs. Yeah, that's probably gonna happen. The worst. Yeah.
I mean, like, with Bayonetta 3 coming to Switch, I don't see why they wouldn't have Bayonetta there.
I mean, it could be worse. They could put Cloud back.
No. What would be worse is they bring Cloud back the exact same way he was in the last game.
Yeah. That's,
No changes.
Like pre-patch.
Oh, there was a patch? I didn't even know
There were patches that changed Cloud, I'm pretty sure. Because, like, he wasn't always top tier. He was only top tier for a limited amount of time.
Oh, but they're like, wait, so you're saying...
It was like, there were like five top tiers, I think. I can't remember all of them, but there was Diddy Kong, Sheik, Bayonetta, and Cloud, and then there was a fifth one that I can't remember.
Fox?
I know at some point Greninja got moved.
No, Fox was top tier in Melee.
Okay.
I'm talking about, like, just Smash 4.
Is it
Like,
Zeus
with all
Samus?
He's not the highest tier, but he is in the higher tiers.
Yeah,
Just not highest tier.
I don't think she was ever, like, top tier.
Why did Greninja get nerfed? I don't remember why.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I know it's a popular meme to make fun of the fact that he got nerfed.
Yeah, better nerf for Ninja. Yeah, I remember that. I remember when that made sense.
Oh my.
I don't know, like he's not really broken. Like if you play him wrong, you'll get yourself killed.
Okay. Hey, Andrew, is it
Not
okay
Cloud,
if I cheat
not
for a
Cloud,
second? 'Cause
anything but
I just thought
him.
of an extra character that should be added.
Okay.
Feel free, take up as
Saran.
much time as you want. I need time to think.
Yeah, because like I was so dead set on being different and having a different list, but now I'm getting closer and closer to 5.
Okay, so Surin, what's
so
your number 4?
yes.
Nope. Skylar, you can go first with that extra one.
Yeah, let me put in the extra one.
Okay, yeah, go
So
ahead.
what I'm thinking they'll do, here's my thought process. So, there's going to be, most likely, since Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is apparently the best-selling Xenoblade game out of the 3, there's probably going to be some Xenoblade representation. And who better to put in the game than Rex and Pyra, or something like that. Actually, you know what? Just put Pyra. Rex sucks. Just put in Pyra.
Yeah.
Only Pyra.
Okay, I'll go on with my number 3, then we'll get back to Ed once he's
Just
done.
to replace Shulk, basically. I don't want Shulk and Rex. I don't need another large sword user. We already have Cloud. We already have Shulk. We don't need another one. So just replace Shulk with Rex.
So, here's what I'm thinking of. For my number 3, this is a character who really needs to be represented more by Nintendo. My number 3 is Chibi Robo.
Slippy Toad.
Huh?
Slippy Toad.
Slippy Toad. Of course! Nah, but seriously,
seriously,
my
what's your
number
actual
3,
say?
my number 3 is actually Chibi Robo.
Chibi Robo?
Yes.
GB, no one cares.
Now, I'm not going to mention the
Oh,
game
wow.
because Nintendo's
Really,
probably going
Edwin?
to come
Really?
down. But I
Yes.
did. But there was
I'm
the
just
idea
waiting-
of
I'm just
Chibi
waiting
Robo
for
being in
it.
Smash. And
Remember
the
that
moveset.
time when they... Remember that time when they set him on fire?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I remember that.
But the thing is, with Chibi Robo, my honest opinion is that we already seen a moveset of him. I think it could work. Guys, you there?
It could work, or it could not.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
You never.
Maybe it does,
What?
maybe it doesn't. I don't know. They could probably make it work, but just like, is there enough fan demand? And do the producers think it would be a good choice?
Yeah.
And to be fair, that applies to every character in the game, but still. Like, because obviously they can make it work, no matter who it is. They made Torin work, for God's sake. They can make anything work. They made Villager work!
Yeah. like they made.
Shulk is
They
too
basically just
iconic for
took
being
Eggman's gameplay
being
from the
a
8-bit games and just
oops, wrong game.
transplanted it into a fighting game, and it's so perfect. But no one played it.
Okay.
I play them.
Generic Joe, your bonus character. Don't say you're number 1 until we actually get to number 1.
Okay, I wasn't going to.
Okay.
I'm gonna count Rex as my bootleg number 4.
You're number 4. Okay.
You boot like no.
Your bootleg number.
Or just really any bootleg representative. It doesn't have to be Rex, but it probably will be Rex.
Or how about your bootleg number 5?
I have to have bootleg number 5 now.
Yep. Or Hun. Did
crap.
you already say your number 2? Or
You know what? Fine. How about the Persona 4 protagonist? He was in a Nintendo game at one point.
oh really?
There was a Persona.
Here's my number
There was a
4.
Persona game on 3DS. That counts.
Okay.
Yes, it does. Okay, this is
Right?
my number 4 because even though I know it's not gonna happen because they've never done anything like it before, I'm just gonna say because they've never done any third party like two third party characters. in the
Cough,
same
cough,
series.
Mega Man and Ryu. Cough, cough, cough.
No, I don't. I mean like from.
Those
I
are
mean,
just
those are from
those
two
are
different
the same
series.
company. Those are two different series.
True.
I'm talking about having Mega Man and Base as an example.
Okay.
Or Zero. Or X.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I know
That's
what this is
what
going through.
that's what I'm saying.
I know what this is gonna be. I think I know already.
Now you know what character I'm gonna say.
Shadow.
Well, I know it's probably not gonna happen, but
Shadow.
Hedgehog.
Edgy the Hedgy?
Exactly. I know it's not gonna happen. Let's be honest here. The odds of it happening are probably not. But hey,
More
You
than
never know.
likely.
and he came.
Listen. More than
I
likely.
know Sakurai
And
could be like, hey.
he qualifies because the game he came from, Sonic Adventure 2, was ported, and the I would argue the most popular version is the GameCube version, which qualifies him.
Well, Sir Ed, here's my honest opinion. Yes, I do like the idea of Shadow, but I think Sakurai.
You don't think his moves can be different enough?
No, I think Sakurai
No, you can just
would
give him the gun and
choose someone
motorcycle, and
else
he'll be fine.
than Shadow. And that person I'm talking about is Tails. Because Tails has been with Sonic ever since Sonic 2. Shadow's just shown up. So, more than likely, Sakurai's going to go with Tails.
What do you mean he just showed up?
He's
Sir,
just showing
they were
up.
going to kill him off in Sonic Adventure 2, but they kept him around because he was liked so much.
Because he
That's
was
the
so
equivalent of that's the equivalent of like, we're going to kill off Luigi. Oh, shoot. Everyone loves Luigi. Let's keep him.
True.
Except
true.
they didn't kill Luigi. They just put him in a mansion and spooked him to death.
But,
They spooked
yeah.
him real good.
Sir Ed, what's your number 3?
And
Sir Ed.
sorry, I had a stroke.
Sir Ed.
Can I change my 5 because I just something?
Yeah, sure, yeah. You can choose your 5.
Yeah, I'm gonna change my 5 from the Persona 4 protagonist to the Persona 5 protagonist because there's the Persona Q2 coming out at some point on 3DS, and the Persona 5 protagonist has the power of Satan, so he's automatically the best one.
True.
Boy, are you
That's
for
not
real?
a joke. There is actually a Persona in that game called Satan, and you can use him at free will. That is not a joke.
Oh my god. Okay. Sir Ed, what's your number 3?
You want to do that playthrough even more now, don't you?
Yep. Sir Ed, what's your number 3?
I'm gonna use the one that someone took and say a Gen 7 Pokemon.
Okay, we already discussed about that, so we'll just move on to number 2. My number 2. Yeah. My number 2.
I'm gonna say it's probably gonna be either a starter or and if there's a Pokemon more popular than the starter, that's gonna be that one.
So, Decidueye and Tapu Koko.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Or
Sorry,
maybe
can
they
you
could-
speak English, please?
Decidueye or Tapu Koko?
No, I heard you. I'm just asking you to speak English.
Yeah, I'm speaking English.
What do you want him to speak Espanol?
Okay.
It's a joke.
My
Because
number 2
that Pokemon's name does not sound in the
My number
slightest
2
like a real thing.
is...
I know it's not, but you get
Guys.
you should understand my point.
Alright, so for my number 2, I went with Kirby character, as a matter of fact. My number 2 is Bandana D.
Hey!
That character...
Hey,
That
no one
character
can, no
has
one-
started becoming a part of the
Oh,
mainline
boy.
cast, and the mainline cast consists of Kirby, DD, Meta Knight, and Bandana D. But 3 of the 4 show up in the Smash Bros. Game. So why not include Bandana D?
Plus, we haven't had a new Kirby representative in a while, so...
That's true. So, put Bandana D in Smash. Sir Ed, what's your number 2?
Pass. Can you come back? Can we come back to this a little bit later? Or I can come up with one.
Dude,
I
we're
need
about
some
done
time
with
to
this
come
list.
Up with one.
We're
I
about
didn't make
done
a
with this list.
I made a list earlier today.
Well, excuse me. I'm sorry. I didn't make a list.
Okay. And,
I'm sorry,
and think of a character that you want to see really bad. That's not your number 1.
Just say Proto Man. Or don't. You can
Because
say anyone, really.
all of us is doing one
You know what?
together.
Yeah, well, let's go with 0.
Ooh. Okay.
Ooh, heck.
It would be easy.
There's actually...
He's pretty popular, and it would be easier to make him into a character.
True.
Compared
There's
to
actually,
Mega Man,
there's
and they
actually a
did
bit of-
Mega Man. So.
There's actually a bit of interesting trivia behind Zero. So, in the actual Mega Man X games, they were originally going to... Inafune wanted to do Mega Man X 1 through 5. So originally there was going to be just 5 Mega Man X games, and then he was going to move on and work on the Mega Man Zero games for GBA. But the producers that he was working with, they wanted more money. There's no other explanation. They just wanted more money. So they rushed out a Mega Man X6, 7, and 8, and because of that, Inafune had to rewrite the stories of the Mega Man Zero games because of them actually continuing the stories of Mega Man X and having 6, 7, and 8 with Zero in them, even though he was supposed to die in 5, and then there was going to be this whole thing with the Mega Man Zero series about like his origins and him coming back to life in a different way, but then X6 had him come back to life in that game, so he had to rewrite the story of Mega Man Zero because those games happened.
Okay.
But what he could have done, he could have had him come back to life, but explain it in the Zero games.
All right, Pete. It's
Well,
time
that's
for
the
our
thing is
number 1.
there was an explanation that he wrote for the Mega Man Zero games on how he came back to life, but then there was a separate explanation in X6 for how they came back to life. It's 2 different stories, and they had to go with one. So he figured, you know what, let's just copy the Mega Man X ones because these are supposed to be canon. So figured copy the one.
All right,
Because
guys.
it didn't affect the gameplay at all. It literally just affected the story. I don't think they had to change a whole lot of how the game played or anything. They just had to change like the structure.
All right, guys. You ready?
Sorry, Mona.
All
All right.
right. So I'm gonna go first with my number 1. My number 1. This is a character I voted for in the Smash Fighter ballot. This character got a Mii Fighter costume and Smash for Wii U. And this character, and if Cloud got in, then this character can get in too. The character I wanted to see the most in Super Smash Bros.
Is eBay.
is Geno.
Gino? I thought you were going to say K. Rool.
I honestly would love to see Geno. Cloud got in. Squaresoft helped Nintendo to make Super Mario RPG. Technically,
Nintendo would have a
by
copyright
many
stuff.
people, Squaresoft owns Geno. But
Are you-
if Cloud could get in,
sure?
then Geno can.
Are you sure, Andrew?
I don't know, but I
Well,
don't.
My question is, you're ignoring me though. I'm pretty sure
Well,
Nintendo has the copyright
even if
first.
Squaresoft owned Gino, they put Gino in Smash 4 as a neat costume anyway. So, and you know they had Cloud as a full character, so you know.
There's a shot. Are you serious?
Has Jeff been putting in his stuff for the list this whole time, or no?
No. But
He put a few
Generic
things
Joe,
in for the list.
Generic Joe, what's your number 1?
Well, I have it written down as Donkey Kong rep, but the two ones I want the most are either King K. Rool, which I know a lot of other people want, and he got a Mii Fighter costume in Smash 4, so he kind of trolled everyone that way. So it's like, oh, he's kind of there. And then the other one I want is Funky Kong, which would make sense because they got Tropical Freeze with the new Funky mode. So yeah. That's all I really need. That's all I have for reasoning there.
Okay, yeah, that sounds legit.
And maybe make sure it's the new version and not like the one from the cartoon that was like gold and like had those weird sunglasses.
Oh no, please, no. Okay.
I gotta Google this real quick.
Sir Ed, what's your number one?
Look up Funky Kong, Donkey Kong Country cartoon, or something like that.
You'll never be. If you're a Mii costume, you're out of luck. You will never be a real character. That's true. Sir Ed, what's your number one?
Wait, hold on. You're a Mii costume.
Oh my god!
Okay, so yeah, it's weird, huh?
Yeah.
What? Did he fall in some bleach?
I guess. I don't know what else happened to him.
Like, I know his fur looks like it's a little bit lighter than Donkey Kong's, but I don't think it's that light.
Yeah, it's like...
But Sir Ed, what's your number one pick?
My number one pick is... Okay. Alright, this is a little bit of a cop-out, but, okay. Think of the character you want in the game the most, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Congratulations, that's my number one.
What?
You're right. That's actually more of a cop-out than what I thought you were going to have.
What?
Like, otherwise I would have thought Shadow, but you already have Shadow. Or, like, something we already said.
What?
Nobody Shy Guy
No,
Smash.
you didn't even do that. You're just like, think of that
Guys,
guy
we
you
Shy
want
Guy
to in the
Smash.
game.
Of
That's my
course.
number one.
Alright.
Oh,
You already
What's
played
number one?
this.
Picking Jesus Christ. Do you want Jesus Christ in the game then? If someone wants that as their number one?
Wait,
I think that'd be
Jesus?
pretty cool.
Yeah, it would be the most broken thing ever.
What?
Because you can't kill him. And if you kill him,
Exactly.
congratulations.
Well, I mean, you can. I mean,
back from the dead.
You can kill him. You just have to kill him in a very specific way, and he comes back to life. Yeah.
So, whatever you did, congratulations, you did nothing. And you
So guys,
and
we
you
need to have
probably
Kawasaki.
be struck down by lightning where you stand.
Okay.
Guys, we need Chef Kawasaki.
We're gonna move on to the next,
Chef Kawasaki
the
is
next
your number
and final list of the Super Smash Brothers top list that we got. We'll talk about like some other things probably, but we're gonna be doing the last list that we're gonna do for Super Smash Brothers is the top 5 other things we want to see in the new Super Smash Bros. Game.
So this could be
I'll
pretty much
just
any
pay
new
DLC
mode you want,
every
any mode from a previous game that you want back in that was not featured in like Smash Brawl or whatnot. It can be anything. It can be board platforms if you want that back.
Okay. So, I don't remember, I forgot what it's called. Do you remember that thing that was in 3DS? That was good? Remember
Smash
that?
Run.
Yes. I want that. And
Is
Smash
that
Tour.
your number 5?
That can go screw itself. Oh, this isn't a list? I thought we were just saying things we did.
Yeah. They're all countdown lists.
Oh. Well, my number 5 is...
I'm pretty sure we had this same problem last year.
Yeah.
This exact same thing happened. And funny enough, it was on the screen when that happened, and this happened. Although this was Mario Kart. Okay. Never mind. Still, the same thing. All right.
So, okay, so my number 5 would be for Smash Tour.
No.
Okay, see that door over there? For it to be walking out that
It'll
door.
always
number 30.
zoom out. Okay.
That's what I want.
What?
You see that door over there? I want Smash Tour to walk out that door and never come back.
Think about what it's done.
I never want to see that mode again. It was basically bootleg Monopoly, but 10 times worse.
For me, the worst part is that it's just kind of lurking on like the very first menu. It's like you boot up the game, you got the title screen. In the menu, like, you got Smash modes, you got like games and more, which is very vague. And turns out Games and More has most of the game in it. It has classic mode, all the stadium things, and all that crap. And Smash 4 is on the front menu.
It's gonna have any part of any game mode on the title screen. It should be classic mode. The thing that's been there since day one.
They tried to do like what the Brawl thing did, but they forgot what made the Brawl menu good, because like in the Brawl menu you had like very, very clearly defined options. You've got group modes and solo modes. You go into the group mode, and that has like Special Smash and like the the standard fights and whatnot. And the tournament mode.
For me,
in solo mode, you had like Classic and All Star, and the story mode. You had on the bottom, you had like the online stuff. You had like the vault options and data. Very clearly defined modes. Games and More is not all that specific.
well, for me, my number
And also for the
5.
option to be hid away.
Also,
And not
the
on the title
instruction
screen.
booklet, the online instruction booklet, or the digital one, not the online one, that you could just view by pressing the home button and going to that part of the home menu where it has the electronic manual. That is a button on the title screen, and I'm sure 10 people that bought the game actually used that, just in general.
Well, like 10 people use that period of the game. A grand total of 10 people.
Yo,
Yeah,
me.
and then three of those 10 people pressed the button on the menu. I did it out of curiosity, just to like see if it was the exact same thing, and sure enough, exact same thing.
All right, so for my
And
number
about
5,
half those people did it on accident, trying to find the options.
my number 5.
And a quarter of
Well,
those
the options
people
are tucked away in Games and More, which again furthers my point, because Brawl had it on the main menu.
So-
They had like options, which had like sound and like the music for different stages and the
So-
sound test,
Guys,
all the extra stuff.
for my number 5, I would want character.
All right, we're talking about Smash Brothers modes.
So, for my number 5, I would love to see character-specific target stages. Break the targets.
Yeah.
Have it specific for each character, like how they had it in Melee and 64.
Yeah.
I'd love that for
That's what I was kind of upset about when I found that out, because my first Smash game was Brawl, so it's like break the targets. It's like, all right, this is cool. Then I
Same.
went back and found out Melee had like this really cool break the targets for each character at 64 as well. I think they had their own break the target stages for each character, and it's like really cool because it like gives you an extra way to like learn how to play the character and use their different moves properly. And then Smash 4, they like basically did Angry Birds, which wasn't bad, but still like.
Yeah.
That basically was our only targets mode.
I honestly love that. I'd honestly love to see that return. Ed, did you already share? Oh, wait, no.
Yeah, I went first.
There,
this
Joe,
time.
did you already share?
You
your-
can go. You can go back.
No, I didn't go yet. I didn't go my
Okay.
5.
Go ahead, Joe.
Nope. Well, my 5 is actually something that was featured in Project M, actually. But this is still something I would really like to see done in the actual games. So if you've ever played Special Smash in Project M, there's a mode at the bottom. I think it was at the bottom of the selection for Special Smash things. And it was the thing that replaced the 300% damage. Because in Brawl regular, it was like stamina or sudden death mode, where it set everyone to 300%. But in Project M, they replaced the 300% option with this thing called All-Star. And basically, what the idea behind that was that you would pick All-Star, pick a certain number of stocks, and then you go through and select individual characters. You pick, like, let's say it's on 4 stock. You go through and you select different characters. Like, you pick Sonic, Captain Falcon, Snake, Kirby. And then in the actual match, you would start off with Sonic, and then once you died, the stock would switch to your second character. Like, let's say Captain Falcon was your second choice. Once you die, you switch over to Captain Falcon. When Captain Falcon dies, you switch to your third character. When your third character dies, you switch to your fourth, etc. until you lose.
Hey,
That would actually be amazing.
And I actually thought about, as a kid, like, could they pull that off? And Project M proves that they can pull it off with Wii hardware, so I see no reason why they couldn't include that in Smash Switch. Question is, will they? It's just, will they?
Yeah, true. So let's move on to number 4. Ed?
You can go first. I said you can go first.
Okay, I'll go.
Only reason I went first is I thought it was just general. I didn't think it was listing.
By the way, one quick thing I want to mention, in case it wasn't made clear, I mean, this is kind of obvious, but in case I didn't make it clear, all the stocks and all the character rotations are in the same match. It doesn't, like, stop the match to have you switch a character. It just switches it mid-match.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I could tell that.
Yeah, okay. I just wanted to make that clear in case there was someone that didn't quite catch that part. All right, Andrew, go.
Okay. By the way, GDTF2 fan, yeah, you're more than welcome to. Just let me know when you get the videos and send it to me. Not send it to me. Make a playlist or send me a link of it, and I'll include it. Alright, thanks, man. But anyway, my number 4, I'd honestly would love to see a return of the custom fighters. And particularly, I would love to see the Mii fighters.
Yeah, me too. I hope they like take the custom character concept and like expand it further, because like it has a good start in Smash 4, but it could be so much more.
Yeah.
Because in Smash 4, it's just like go into the character select and then you pick different pieces of equipment to change the character stats. You pick their colors, you can name them even, and then you pick variations of their moves. But it's like, this actually goes back to the character list we were talking about earlier about having Cappy and Flood and the down B and stuff. Like, let's say with Mario, you wanted a Mario with Flood. Well, you go to the character select and you do that. Or how about Ganondorf maybe? Maybe you want a Ganondorf with a sword, or that like uses it frequently. You could do that as well. And I think Project M's had something like that.
Yeah.
Where it's like you could do the sword taunt and then he'll actually use it. Smash 4 had a variation of his standard B, the Warlock Punch, where he used the sword to get extra reach. But, you know, basically more variety.
Instead of recreating moves.
Yeah, modifying moves and like changing them. Like in Yoshi's case, it's like the down B, where it's like, do you want more impact on the actual hit, or do you want more range with it? Basically, it's like range, speed, and attack power. Basically, the variations that they have, like in general, for most of the characters. And obviously, not all of them have it. Some characters are like Bowser's side B can be changed from like the standard grab to like a dash attack,
right.
Stuff like that. But I want to see more of that. I want them to take that and go further with it.
Yeah.
And maybe bring back some old moves that they left out, like I mentioned before, change Mario's down B. You want it to be Cappy, you want it to be Flood, you want it to be the Tornado move, you can pick any one of those. Stuff like that.
Okay, so
I like how I said more for Andrew's pick than he did.
Yeah. Alright, so Generic Joe, what's your number 4?
My number 4 is let me see. Mine was the traditional break the targets that you mentioned earlier, like how they did it in Melee and 64.
Right.
Where it's like specific to each character.
So we already talked about
like,
that.
Like, to be fair, I'll be happy if they bring it back at all. Like, even if they bring it back in the Brawl style, that'd be better than nothing. But I would prefer if they do the Melee style. To be fair, Smash 4 had 58 characters, and the roster only expands with each game, so I don't know.
Yeah, so Sorad, what's your number 4?
Okay, so because it's something that was, I don't know when it was said or something, I don't think this is going to happen, but I would like it to come back, the story mode.
Yeah.
Because it actually gives you something to do when you're playing by yourself.
Plus, another cool thing about story mode that I feel like not a lot of people talk about, this was very apparent in Brawl. You know, there was the adventure mode in Melee, but I assume you're talking about like Subspace Emissary story mode, like in Brawl.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that kind of thing. One of the cool parts to me about that is like not just the cutscenes and like all the stages and whatnot, but like the fact that you could unlock characters through it. Because in the normal matches, you could just play a bunch of matches, like play 5, you get Luigi, play 15, you get Marth, you know, et cetera, et cetera. Whereas in Subspace Emissary, you could run through that in a day and get all the characters that way. Plus, another cool thing is that if you play through Subspace Emissary, you'll unlock the characters in a different order than you would in if you were just to play through, if you just to play some standard Smash battles and get them that way.
I do think,
I think
they should have the option
to
to
North early and whatnot. So
I will say one thing. I feel like they should still make it a way where you can, if you do XYZ amount of fights, you'll still get that character, but the story mode fights don't count. Like, you get 2 ways to get the character, but the story mode won't let you unlock that character. Like, or not unlock it, but you can't unlock it that way if you're going through the story mode. You can't just play 50 matches in the story mode or something and unlock whatever character comes at 50. You have to unlock it through that whenever it comes in the story.
Okay, so you'll like have the characters. They'll give you the characters in the story, and you'll play through them in the story stuff, but you can't use them in normal battles.
No, I was saying unlocking them 2 different ways, but one of them being the traditional way where like you have to play a certain amount of matches to get them, and then the other way being the story mode. But the story mode battles do not count in that counter.
Okay.
Oh, I see. So, like, various encounters with enemies and stuff where you just have to fight off waves, like, those don't count as battles? Is that what you're trying to say?
Okay,
Okay. Yeah, I remember one of them being, like, there was, towards the end in the Great Maze and Subspace Emissary, there were, like, all those shadow battles where you fought all the characters and the bosses again. So, like, those individual battles, is that the kind of thing you're referring to?
Yeah, that's what he's referring to.
Yeah, I'm saying those don't count towards that counter, but if you're playing around Smash with your friends, you couldn't unlock them.
So
I mean, they didn't do that in Brawl, so I don't see why they would here.
All right, let's keep on going.
Those individual battles don't count. So.
For my number 3, I have custom stages.
Oh, I didn't even think about custom stages.
I forgot about those.
Yeah,
Honestly,
so did
I love making custom stages. They're so much fun to make.
Okay, they should expand upon them.
Yeah, they should.
Give you more options. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Rather than like using a blank cannon, just like use like the DK barrel or something.
And you're rising stuff and you're lowering blocks and whatnot. Smash 4, they give you a bit more stuff. They give you more creative freedom, but I feel like they kind of limited some of the like you had the backgrounds, you had moving platforms and whatnot, but they even let you put in lava in stages, but I feel like because of that, they had to restrict certain elements of it. Like, I don't think there were as many items to put in a stage in Smash 4 as there was in Brawl. So, do like a best of both worlds kind of thing, like get all the variety from Brawl and the creation of Smash 4, or revamp the entire thing and make it even better than it was before.
True.
Because like they could just very easily take the Smash 4 character creation because the Switch is touchscreen, or they could have a traditional mode like in Brawl where you just use a controller. Either way is perfectly viable. It could be done.
Generic Joe, what's your number 3?
My number 3 is a minor thing that not a whole lot of people use because they organize this on their own, but I want offline tourneys to come back.
Oh!
Because we had those were in Melee, and those were cool. They were also in Brawl. Project M actually doesn't have them. The option is on the menu, but when you go in, it just brings you to rotation, which is weird. But Smash 4, they had the online tourneys, which was cool. They had like traditional tourneys, and then they had community-based ones, which I was fine with. But I was kind of hoping you could create offline tournaments or create those traditional tournaments the same way you could community ones. But I guess whatever Smash 4 did doesn't matter now because the tournament mode's dead. So.
Yeah, true. But
So yeah, that's another thing is like the tournament mode died. Like if they bring an offline one to Smash 5, it won't have to die. It's an offline mode. You can use it whenever.
Yeah.
Or maybe just like have both. Maybe have it so you can create online tournaments or offline tournaments depending on whichever one you want. Or maybe they could do like you know how most online modes let you do like 2 players on one console based against like people on the internet? Maybe you could do something like that for tournament modes if you're playing online.
True.
That's another thing about the online that I hope they bring back is like 2 players on one console because that was neat.
Sir Ed, what is your number 3?
I don't see why they would take that out, but still.
Sir Ed, what's your number 3?
I'm just gonna go with a broad one. Actually no, that'd be improvement. Never mind. Ha. Well, I guess to go off of the turn.
Ed?
Yeah, you cut off right there.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Is it just to change the way the tournaments were for online tournaments? If they have those again, because they were all right, but I kind of would have preferred a traditional bracket setup.
Yeah, exactly. That was my complaint with the online tournaments in Smash 4. Is like you could make a tournament, but it was like a community-based tournament, kind of like what they did in Mario Kart 8. And they did have traditional tournaments that you could play online, but they were automatic ones set up by the servers, and you had to like look through and see which ones had the settings you want. And it's like sometimes you get one that you wanted, but it's full, so you can't join it, and various things like that. So to be able to make those kinds of traditional tournaments online would be really nice.
Yeah. So, Sarah, did you say what your number 3 was, or no?
I thought that was his number 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's move on to number 2. So for my number 2, this may seem absurd, but hear me out. I would love to see Smash Run return.
Smash Run?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No one cared. No one. Sorry. We're finished my thought before someone cuts me off. Wait, what? No one minded the mode. And mind, I mean, like, no one hated it. I'm pretty sure most people liked it.
Yeah, most people like the mode. It's just like, whenever you go into Smash Brothers, generally you're going to play Smash Battles. So a lot of people didn't like, especially with friends, like you're just going to go in and play Smash Battles. But Smash Run was a really cool mode. And I mean, it's just City Trial from Kirby Air Ride as a Smash Brothers game. How could you go wrong with that? That's awesome.
I would actually love to see that, to be completely honest.
I want to see a City Trial-like mode in more games, really. Like, not just Smash Brothers, but, like, do something like that for Mario Kart. I mean, there's probably not going to be a Kirby Air Ride sequel. So do that in Mario Kart 9. Just have, like, a City Trial mode. I mean, it's already a vehicle-based game.
True.
There you go. The foundation's already there. Just, like...
Generic Joe?
Go.
What...
Well, it's funny you mentioned Smash Run, because my number 2 is also Smash Run.
Dang! So Red, what's
I would say my number 2 Smash Run because it was going to be somewhere on my list, so it was just number 2.
Oh.
My Smash Run was number 1, but then I thought of something else that could be number 1, so
Same
I
here.
switched them around.
Okay, let's go to number 1. So for my number 1, Edwin, don't get mad at me. I would love to see the Subspace Emissary return.
Wait, like
The
is story mode in general, or like specifically a sequel?
I just labeled it as Subspace, so it's just pretty much the story mode in general.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that because my number 1 is also story mode.
Well, I'm going to be different from you guys. You know what my number 1 is?
Because you already had a story mode on your list.
My number 1 is a more expanded custom characters.
Ooh.
Like custom character creation.
That would be
we already explained why we want that earlier.
Okay.
And one thing I want to say, for just games in general that have custom characters, a way to modify the way, sorry, I have a brain right here. Like the way their combos and things like that are for fighting games.
I'm gonna be right back. You guys talk.
Instead of having like the standard follow-up, like, are you talking about like traditional combos or just like mixing up different moves to make that sort of combo? Or are you talking about like the AAA and stuff like that?
Yeah, I'm saying stuff like that. And I'm just talking one for general fighting games and also for Smash.
Yeah.
Like using another one. This is a little off the game, but still another fighting game. For example, Xenoverse. And I mean that's something like that in that as well. You know, not everyone having
where you can change different moves and then you could change your different moves for your character and then chain those together and stuff like that. And then have different stats and different races to make your different movesets and whatnot that way too. As well, also in addition.
Way too well. All right, so.
No, it's not that we know each other too well. It's just we have the same thought. We have like the same ideas as to what we want in the game.
Yeah. So let's move on. All right, so section 1 is done. We got done with Smash Brothers. Now section 2 for probably most of us, this was the hardest one
Oh, yes.
to make the list for.
I didn't even make a full list because I couldn't think of what else I wanted.
Don't
on
worry,
3DS,
don't worry. Most
so-
of these are just top threes.
All right, how about
this
this?
general discussion for these?
Okay. So
I was gonna say like we go one at a time. Like you just go through your lists. Edwin goes through his, and then I go through mine.
okay, yeah.
I don't even have them to start with. So.
Okay, so
Well,
I'll
That's
go
okay.
first.
I only thought of one, so. And even then, it'll probably one.
Okay,
after,
so
like,
I'll go first with my list. The first list is top 3 new games that we would want to see for the 3DS. So for my number 3, I have Game & Watch Collection. It's basically where it's a collection of the Game & Watch games. They did something like this for the DS for my Nintendo
Yeah, I was
members.
about to say that. Sounds like what they did on the
But
DS.
my
Like, done
Nintendo,
for
not my
DS.
Nintendo, Club Nintendo. But Club Nintendo is dead, so bring back the Game & Watch Collection, but for 3DS, and actually use the 3D.
Yeah, that actually sounds kind of cool because you can replicate the effect of the screens that they had on the original Game & Watch just with one of those screens.
Yeah, so I mean that's what I got for my number 3. My number 2.
I can't. It's loading for me, so it might be back up.
Okay, I got it.
TF2 fans like oof,
Big old.
big ol' oof, mega oof.
Big ol' oof.
Oh, I think.
Hey, we're back. Hey, that's good.
Oh god.
Yep. All right.
OBS.
Mega oof.
OBS. There's thousands of them.
I thought we were gonna lose the stream for a
Big
second.
Shadow Realm.
Andrew, you thought what?
I thought we were gonna lose the stream for a second.
That was a very professional stream.
It just kind of broke for a second. All right.
Okay, but back to what I was saying.
We're professional again.
So, for my number 1, for the top 3 new 3DS games I would want to see, I would love to see a NES Greatest Hits. Now, I'm not talking about that NES remix. I would actually love to see ported
Like actual
NES
NES
games.
games on a
It's a
cartridge.
collection, because think about this for a second. Nintendo Switch, you gotta pay online.
I
What's
got
gonna
it for
happen
Sega
once the
games.
online goes out?
I'm
You
looking for
won't have
360,
access to it.
so I probably should be the first.
Yeah. Basically that, but with NES games is what he's saying.
Yeah, but you won't have online connection.
Yeah.
So why not make a 3DS game of these games? And let's not mention the NES plug and play. Those are hard to find.
Super NES classics aren't that hard to find, but the originals are.
The originals are. That's what I'm talking about.
Because, like, I swear to God, every time I walk into a Target or a Walmart, I see at least one in, like, right next to the Switch, a Super NES classic.
Yeah.
I see
So
like one every time. So it's like those are not too hard to find. I just haven't bought one yet.
Remember when the Switch was impossible to find?
Yeah.
That was a pain.
Guess what? I didn't have the money to get it at that point, so it didn't really affect me all that much. And by the time I did have money, the stock problem was fixed. So
that was mine.
Yeah, that
Generic
problem.
Joe, what's your list?
my list, consisting of a whopping fun game, is only thing I could think of, which is a remake of Super Mario RPG on the 3DS.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Because they're like remaking and re-releasing, like they have the Mario and Luigi Superstar games. They've had a couple Paper Marios on there, so why not just like, go the extra mile and get the other Mario RPG in there?
That's a really good idea right there.
And plus, there's some other remakes. Like they've had Star Fox 64 on 3DS, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask on 3DS,
Which I have.
Luigi's Mansion. I really want to get Majora's Mask 3D. I really need to get that.
I need to figure out how to beat it.
The only reason I haven't really played, I haven't played it because of reasons. Mainly because, like, I'm at a certain boss, I don't know how to do the puzzle. Or I just made a temple, I can't figure out the puzzle.
Is it Georg?
No, it's Snowhead. I have no idea how to finish it.
Let me put my knowledge of Majora's Mask bosses this way. If it's not Georg, I don't know who it is.
Okay.
George Bell 3DS?
No. Don't tell me I lost
A little stream that could. There we go. We're back.
Oh, there we go. It's loading.
Oh
All right,
my
we're good.
god, I hate this Wi-Fi.
Hey, you know what's
alright,
good?
so
You know what's a good
Wi-Fi.
thing?
We break your Wi-Fi. Call 1-800-GAMERSView. We will break your Wi-Fi. Or your Wi-Fi. Or your Wi-Fi. depending on your
Okay, so
pronunciation.
did Suret already
That
go?
actually could work. 1-800-GAMERSView actually, I think, could be. Actually, no, never mind.
Okay, so
No.
did
It'd
he
be
already
too
share
long,
his
sir.
list?
Yeah, it's just a little bit too long. I thought it would fit, but no. 1-800 generic, I think, would work though.
No,
Okay.
no, I got a good
1-800
game.
gamers.
1-800 nerds.
Okay, so
1-800
let's move on.
Jeff Dirt, but with one F to make it fit.
All right, so let's go on to the next topic.
I like how I didn't even say one. I don't have one, but here, I want
Yeah,
a good
well,
game.
if you can't think of one, then
Here's mine, a good game.
and then Nintendo announces at E3 for the 3DS, the last big game that they have is just titled A Good Game,
Okay,
featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series.
with an all new funky mode.
By the way, I actually somewhat recently found out where that comes from, like the featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series. I found out what game that actually came from.
That is.
It's Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne. It featured Dante in it as a boss, and they had that on the front of the box there. So that's actually where that came from.
Okay, so let's move on to the next list for 3DS, and it's the top 3 games that we want more info on.
eBay.
eBay is not a game, Jeff.
I'll start off with mine. For my number 3, I
I'll
would
take
love
a back seat for this one, too.
Huh?
That's okay.
I said I'll take a back seat for this one, too.
Okay.
I mean, like if you genuinely do not have something that for the list,
I've
then
been
it's
being
not
left
like
out.
you're not required to have stuff for the list. It's just like if you have stuff.
Well,
Throw out
I'm
those
telling you
ideas.
perfect now because you're not telling me to shut up anymore. But so yeah, screw you by the way for telling me to shut up.
All right, so who's Andrew? You going first?
Yeah. So, so for my number 3, I would love to
So
see
info
more.
on games that are already out, that are going to come out.
So I'd
But
love to
are
see
not
more information on the Luigi's Mansion 3DS remake.
All right.
For my number 2, WarioWare Gold. And for number 1, Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story plus Bowser Jr.'s Journey.
Also,
That's not enough,
I mentioned this to Andrew before the stream started, but I realized that the abbreviation for Bowser's Inside Story is BIS.
Wait, what
It's
is
just
it?
BIS.
Bis?
Yep.
It's Bis.
Yeah, BIS. BIS.
Abyss.
Yeah, BIS.
Abysmal.
Yeah. My list is actually somewhat similar. I've got Luigi's Mansion Remake,
Okay.
Bowser's Inside Story, plus Bowser Jr.'s Journey. I mostly want to see what the deal with the Bowser Jr.'s Journey mode is, because I don't think they said a whole lot on how that's going to work.
Yeah.
And this one's actually different. My other one is Persona Q2, because Atlas announced that that's going to happen and then never said anything.
True.
And pretty much all we know about the game is that it's coming on 3DS. It's going to be on 3DS, and it's going to have the Persona 5 cast. And that's it.
Rock
And they also
Simulator.
have
We need that
cheap
also. We need
version
Rock
of the Phantom
Simulator.
Thieves logo, which is really funny.
Alright.
But that's it.
So, we got done with section 2. Now, before we move on, let's talk about why making these lists was such a struggle. And we all have to admit it, at some point the 3DS is going to die.
I
Yeah.
predicted it in the
There's
past.
so many series on
It's
that game.
going to-
It's like, it's already filled
You
to
know
the
what I just
brim of
realized?
series, and there's
Nintendo's
still...
going to wipe out half the portable systems that they have on the market right now. Perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
It's
They're
like,
going to wipe out half of the portable systems that they have out right now. So it's perfectly balanced.
yeah, so it's like 3DS, I think at some point it's going to fade away. Because Nintendo's not showing that much of games for it. we can't even think of
It's
at
got the
least
Switch exists.
3
That
games.
literally just kills it. It literally kills it. They
like back
killed
when-
their own handheld.
So
they killed themselves. They like
In a way.
like Jeff over here killing
no.
themselves. But yeah, like in addition, like the 2-screen thing was cool back when the system first launched, and there were quite a few games that used it pretty neatly. The Wii U actually, it took that concept and put it on the big screen, but that sold like 10 units, so we
And also, it kind of failed. A lot of games either didn't use it correctly. There's only a handful of games that did it correctly.
There were a decent amount of games that did it right, like the Zelda games on Switch, except
So
for
let me clarify. Let me clarify that. So let me clarify a little bit there. There are not a lot of games that weren't made by Nintendo that use the
Yeah, there was the occasional like third-party developer, like Ubisoft used it with Zombie U and Rayman Legends. Capcom used it with Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, but otherwise it's just like it wasn't used that heavily, or if it was used, it was minimally used or poorly used.
or they were just lazy
basically-
and just used it as a map.
Basically, it's just it wasn't used to its full potential.
Like another thing with the 3DS, why it's also failing, is that its main developer has moved the Switch, which is Pokemon. That they have just moved.
Pokemon was selling a lot of units on Switch, and the 3DS has sold quite a few units in its lifetime, but it's like it's trickling down. They've had the system out for about 8 years almost.
Yeah.
So it's like they got to put the horse down at some point.
Wait, the 3DS has been around for 8 years? Or
Yeah,
the
it's been
3DS?
around.
Well, almost 8 years. The original launched, the very first model launched in 2011.
Yeah.
So
About 7 years.
original DS launched in 2004. So that's almost 15 years old.
Jesus Christ.
So,
You know, right?
honestly, here's
Make
what
me feel like someone's grandpa over here.
and then let's
Grandpa Nintendo, Uncle Reggie.
let's not forget the biggest thing with the 3DS.
Remember, like yesterday, when I went time out,
The biggest thing with the 3DS is 3D. Like the biggest thing with the 3DS.
It was yesterday. They just discontinued it yesterday.
Well,
Well, I said, I remember the DS like it was yesterday. The DS was 3DS and the 2DS no one really liked. Like, no one really liked
Oh
it.
yeah,
No one
that's
really
true.
bought it.
Yes. Real
Because
talk.
it seemed redundant.
Real talk. I actually kind of want to get a 2DS to replace my current new 3DS.
why?
Get a new 2DS to replace my current new 3DS because mine's got like scuff marks and the paint, like the red paint's peeling off and stuff.
Yeah.
It's got battle damage.
Well,
Long
let's
story
not-
short,
let's
it's
also-
got battle damage, so I kind of want to get it replaced. Plus, the new 2DS is like slightly smaller, so that'll be easier for like carrying it places.
So let's not also forget.
Yeah.
What's the main
old
thing about
one was really
3DS?
stupid being like a
Guys.
unfolded 3DS.
Guys,
Idiots.
I'm just trying to say something.
listen. There's another reason why that the 3DS is about dead. What's the main thing that Nintendo's trying to sell about the 3DS? It's able to play in 3D.
But then you have games like Pokemon Sun and Moon not being able to do 3D all the time, and Ultra Sun and Moon I don't think do it at all. And then
And
a lot
like
of people
so
like
many
Consumer don't
games
even
right
use it.
now for the 3DS don't even use 3D.
Yeah, they either just like don't have the slider up, or they go through the options and turn it off that way, which is what I did at some point.
I just don't use it. And on my old DS, you can't even use the slider anymore. It got left in the 2D for so long. I can't even move it up.
To be fair, do you want to?
No, not really. It's just kind of like it's broken.
But guys,
But then again,
you're
that
getting-
DS. But then again, that's the same 3DS that I can't. That I have to have like the screen has to be in a 90-degree angle, or it shuts off,
So
and you can't
Guys,
turn
you're
it back on.
forgetting
without
the coolest part, though. If you put the slider up halfway, you get 2.5D.
No one cares, Phil.
But it's not Phil, it's George.
See, no one cares. No one knows what your name is. You're just like a reject 12.
So someone's gonna. Let's be real though. Someone's gonna try and put that up. It's like, but you can have different like adjustments for your 3D. It's like, yeah, that implies we want to use the 3D at all in the first place.
That implies I care.
So,
Also, there was like,
and it's like, here's the thing. Now, many people have already left the 3DS and went to Switch. So, Nintendo,
which is their main thing. Because like for Switch, it's just like you basically like more or less get to play games that you would normally play. You can just take those and play those at any time, anywhere. Whereas with 3DS, yeah, exactly. That's why I was
Anytime, any sandwich.
yeah, okay, sure.
Okay.
And then like,
Now-
but for 3DS, it's just like you have like some remakes of games that are better than the originals, like the N64 remakes. But then you've also got stuff like Donkey Kong Country Returns 3D, Xenoblade Chronicles 3D, where it's just like they're slightly lesser versions of the original game. And then all those other ports, like for like Fire Emblem Warriors, Hyrule Warriors, like those are both on Switch now. So why would you get them on 3DS? Because you get them on the HD console, and play them that way. They have the same content roughly, so it's just like, why wouldn't you?
Let's get to the biggest part of this whole entire prediction line. Section 3, Nintendo Switch.
That was a really, really painful sneeze.
You alright?
Yeah,
I don't think so.
Oh, no, he's okay. He's just a little angry, so that's all. There's nothing has changed.
You want me to like, give you some time or? Okay. Let's start off with the first list. The top 3 third-party games that we want more information about.
Stop doing things I don't know any information about.
I'll go first. For my number
Well,
3.
too bad. You should at least know this one.
For my number 3.
There's nothing else.
For my number 3, I'd love to see more information about Sonic Mania Plus.
Oh yeah, I forgot that was happening.
For my
I forgot about
number
it.
2, I'd actually love to see more information
I mean,
about
obviously,
Marvel's
separate game.
obviously I'm gonna remember it when it does come out, but like until then.
Yeah,
I'd actually love to.
I've been a
So
little
for my number 2,
distant
I'd love to see
game.
more information about Rivals of
Besides playing
Aether.
them, I've been a little different.
Guys.
So I don't know.
Guys, for my number 2, I'd love to see more information about Rivals of Aether.
Oh, is that coming to Switch?
Yeah, it is, but there's no release date. There's no actual date so far, so I'd love to see an actual release date. Oh, it's right Undertake.
Oh no, I just said that.
And then finally, for my number 1, is something that Sega hinted at.
It's eBay.
I'd like to hear more information
It's
about.
not a Sega game, Jeff.
I'd like to hear more information about Sega Ages.
Age? What was that?
Sega Ages. You didn't hear about it?
No, I didn't actually.
Sega Ages is basically we're gonna port old Sega games onto Switch.
Dude, wait a minute. Isn't that just like, you know the meme where it's just like you take an image and you flip it to make it symmetrical and then the name is just like the first part of the name twice? It's just like saying this. It's like you take the name and you duplicate it, but you spell the second half backwards. That's Sega Ages!
Oh my
That
god!
is the exact
What?
Sega Ages is
Sega Ages is just Sega backwards. So Sega Ages is just taking part of the meme. As if they weren't already involved with the memes enough. As if they already
They're not like
weren't
it's a-
deep
they're
enough
like-
already. They're making a game for this one. Good God.
You say it like it's a bad thing that they're involved with the memes.
Well, it's okay until it starts influencing the games. Like, it's that, no. Sure.
If it's the naming thing and it's not really stupid, who cares?
Well, see, here's the thing. They bothered to put a Sonic T-shirt in Sonic Forces, but they didn't bother to make the game good.
Ooh, shots fired.
You know I'm right, though. That's the thing. You know I'm right
Mm-hmm.
in this situation.
Yeah, this
And
one.
plus there was a localization thing with it was either A Link Between Worlds or Triforce Heroes, where it's like from Japan to Europe it was translated fine, But from Japan to America, they put a meme in there. They put a Doge meme in there. Like, one of the characters just said, like, much something, such, whatever. But that was not in the European version.
They probably like Jeff. They did that for the Jeffs of the world.
So, possibly. I don't know. But regardless, they had it in there. And it's like, if they're gonna do that on social media, fine, whatever. That's perfectly okay. But like when you're gonna put it in the official product, that's when that's when problems arise. Like Black Panther had a reference to "What are those?" way after the meme died. So
I remember that. That sucked.
I remember that too. Unfortunately,
I forgot about that.
I actually face palmed in the theater when I heard that. I was like, oh god. Thankfully, they moved past it very quickly and just.
It kind of reminded me of Edwin.
Wait, what?
He's gonna call you racist for that. So
No! Hear me out!
Wait,
I'm
what
not
did he
saying
say?
I'm saying he will. I'm saying he will.
Wait, what did he say?
The moment
He
where
said
like
it,
the
that
girl
reminds
said one
me
of those, I said that reminds me of Edwin.
Like,
You know, that could be considered racist in 12 countries. This being one of them. Depending on the context of what you mean by it, that reminds me of Edwin.
What you said? What are those?
I
You
was
kept
saying-
on saying, what are those?
I was saying you could. He's gonna call you racist for that because he was like talking about Black Panther and referencing cringy memes, and it reminds me of him of you.
But see, you gotta.
All right, let's get off.
No.
Let's get off the offensive topic and move on to the next thing.
Okay, no, generic Joe,
Oh,
your
no,
list?
offensive topic? Excuse me.
Generic Joe, what is your list?
For third-party games, I want more info on. I have. I would have put Crash on here, but that's coming out at the end of June. So, like, what else could they say about it?
Honestly, that's
If,
all
if it's gonna be good.
I'm sorry to stick with those.
Yeah, but what do you mean if it's gonna be good? That what? That's not
They might make it terrible.
Would just straight up say. Also,
Yeah.
more than likely it will be because it's like you can make LA Noire work on Switch. You can make pretty much any game. Then again, Doom happens. So, so the actual, so the nothing. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Third-party info. I have Dark Souls Remastered because while that did get delayed on Switch, they also that gives me the opportunity to put this there because on other consoles it's already out. I think it came out earlier. I think it came out last week.
Yeah, it is.
That gives me the excuse to put it on there. In addition, they already announced that there's going to be not only amiibo support for the game, but they're going to have a Praise the Sun amiibo for the game, which is amazing. So that's kind of making me think, if they're going to go that far, does that mean, are they going to have, like, HD Rumble? Are they going to have touchscreen controls? Basically, are they going to do the same thing that LA Noire did? But are they going to do it good this time? Because LA Noire touchscreen controls were, ugh. Wow, I heard myself on the Skype call. That was weird.
What was your number 2?
Oh, number 2 was, I already said Dark Souls. Octopath Traveler. I'm pretty sure that counts as third party.
Yeah, it does.
So, yeah. That game looks cool. I don't remember when it's coming out.
July 13th.
July? Okay. And also, this is something I said I wanted to see last E3, but they saved it for the Nindies presentation, of all things.
Travis Strikes Back.
Yep, exactly.
Yep.
I want to know how that game functions, like, in full detail, not just like a minute-long talk, like, yeah, here's some gameplay clips, and then we're moving on. I want to see, like, in-depth stuff, like, even if they play it on the Treehouse, I'll be fine with that.
Yeah, that'd be sick. Ed, how about you?
To be honest, I don't know very much information about
Oh
third-party games to start with.
All right, take some guesses then, or take some L's, whichever one you want.
All right, so that one game that looked really good. That one.
Oh,
I
hold
want
on.
more information about that one.
Ed, you want me to take it over for
Gosh,
you?
really?
Ed, you want me to take over for you?
Yeah, give him 3 games that you didn't put.
Okay, no. I know what the 3 games are. For number 3, it's Sonic Mania Plus. Number 2 is Sega Ages, and number 1 is this unknown Sonic racing game. There you are.
Did they say that that's coming to Switch?
That's a thing?
Yeah, it is.
No, wait.
Yeah, this is Sonic Racing.
Okay, yep, that's my number 1. Yep, that sounds all about right.
But did they say that was coming to Switch, though?
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
I want to know, I want to know about gameplay and if it's, and the basic information that should probably tell you if it's going to overall be a good game.
The only thing that they showed us was an R.
Anything, because they didn't even reveal the title yet. They just had like a Sonic and then R, and then that's it. And no, it's not a sequel.
Sonic 2.
Guys,
That's like
it's Sonic.
That's the most mixed game in the classic series.
Guys, listen.
Yeah.
It's Sonic races his car to the
same amount of
DMV.
people that say it's Sonic R is good is the same amount of people that say Sonic R is bad.
I think everyone can agree
Guys.
that the music in Sonic R was the best part about the entire game.
It was.
We can all agree that it is disgraceful that they only had like 6 characters.
Okay. Now this is where creativity
I thought it was
starts
like,
to flow in
well, actually, it
more.
was 8 and half of them were clones.
Okay, this is where the creativity starts to flow in.
It's disgraceful having basically 4 characters and that's about it.
Alright, alright, we're getting close to the end. The next list is the top 5 third-party ports or new games that we would want to see on the
That have not
Switch.
been announced yet that you would like to see.
Yeah.
Wait,
This is stuff that's already out. These are games that are either announced to exist, or that have not been confirmed for Switch, or are already out and have not been announced for Switch.
Or just games that you would want to see from a third-party developer that you would want to see on Switch.
Like a future installment.
Yeah.
Or something.
Okay, I'll go first. So, for my number 5, I put on Brawlhalla. It's like Smash Brothers from what I've heard, but I want to try it. Number 4, it's Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
Oh, heck.
that was pretty good for Switch.
Number 3,
Surprised that didn't happen.
oh yeah. Number 3 is the
Yeah,
Spyro
I
Reignited trilogy.
Oh, boy.
2 is A Hat in Time.
Oh, that's good.
Ooh.
And then number
Well,
1,
that's pretty
I
good.
think this will be the perfect fit for Switch because of the dock mode. No, not dock mode. Of the portability and how you can play with friends on the go.
Pokemon Go.
No. My number one pick,
Pokemon Go.
my number 1 pick, and maybe people are going to kill me. Because if Crash can make it, I bet you this game can too. My number 1 pick is Cuphead.
Cuphead.
Cuphead is my number 1 pick. I
Oh,
really want to see
Cuphead?
it on the Switch.
Oh, they said Pepe. I was like, wait, what? Could you say that
Cuphead,
again?
the video game. Well, I mean, there's a game called Meme Run, so.
Yeah. So, I mean, what do you guys think
Okay,
about
so-
the chances of Cuphead being on Switch?
Well, like, if Cuphead was already a multi-console game, that would be one thing, but I'm pretty sure it only came out on PC and Xbox, so its chances are less than likely. I mean, I would like to see it happen, but
I mean, take a look at Crash Bandicoot.
the chances
it
aren't-
was on
the chances aren't as big
PlayStation.
as
Now
they are.
it's coming to PC, Nintendo Switch, and Xbox.
yeah, that is true. I didn't say it was impossible. I never said it was impossible.
Right.
I'm just saying, while I would like to have that, while I would like that to be there, it's pretty much just a chance at this point.
So,
So-
what about Hat in Time? Because Hat in Time is out. It was out for PC. Then they said it was gonna. Then they said it was gonna be on PlayStation and Xbox, and many people were just like, "Where's
the
Switch?"
Switch? They put that one picture from Odyssey where Polly's asking, "Where's the Switch?"
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I got. Anyone else on Spyro Reignited trilogy? That's another. If Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy can make it, Spyro has a more likely chance to make it as well.
Spyro
Yeah,
can't ask for more than a chance.
Grammar, right?
Yeah.
Okay. One thing I comment on that.
How and grammar work.
I like how they Spyro's the Skylander, and then they basically dropped him like a rock. After like the third or fourth game, they basically dropped him.
As soon as Skylanders Giants happened, they just all they had were some variations of Spyro, and that's it.
No, it was after. It was
That's a
after.
little different because at least they gave him
Swamp
another
Team.
attention to give him variations. I think after Trap Team, they just dropped him.
By the way,
like a rock.
Swamp Team was the one
To be fair,
that killed him.
We thought Crash was dead when they put him in Skylanders, and then they had the N.C.A.N. trilogy. We thought Spyro was dead after Skylanders, and we were right for a while. But we had that Reignited trilogy.
Yeah, but I mean,
I'm noticing a pattern here. The next game character they put in Skylanders is going to get another trilogy or remake or new. Oh, wait a minute.
Donkey Kong.
Well, it's not dead though. It might not. It might be back. You never know. They might put in Mario, and then Mario's actually dead.
Oh yeah, Mario actually dead.
Oh my god.
Put in Mario, and then it's like only new Super Mario Brothers games, and barely even that.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, dude.
Okay.
Alright.
Generic Joe, what's your top 5 third-party ports or new games that you would want to see on the Switch?
Alright. All of mine are ports. They're already previously released games. Nothing upcoming or I want to have happen in general.
Hey, same
So
here,
all the stuff I'm saying here is already out. So 5 is Kamen Rider Climax Fighters.
Ooh.
Which is really good. Alright, let me describe it for you. You know Xenoverse?
Yeah.
Xenoverse put Kamen Rider in it. That's Climax Fighters.
Oh,
And it's
okay.
made by the same developers. It's made by the same developers that made Xenoverse.
Bandai Namco?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they made that game.
Damn.
So, yeah. And plus, also, there was a version of the game. It's a PS4 exclusive, but there's also a Crash was also a PS4 exclusive, and that's coming to everything else now. So, also there was an English version of the game. There was the standard release for Japan, but then I think it released in other Asian countries. One of them being then eventually they had an English version for it's somewhere. I don't know the details. Basically, there's an English version. The voices are all still Japanese, but all the names, all the dialogue and stuff, and the menus are in full English. So take that, put it on Switch. Or even if the Japanese version just comes to Switch, I'll take that over nothing.
Okay, what's your number 4?
4, I have Kingdom Hearts General.
Oh, that'd be nice.
I want it to come to Switch in some capacity. More than likely, they'll probably put you know how PS4 had the and PS3, I think they had 1.5, 2.5, 2.8. Just have those on Switch, and then as a build up to maybe putting 3 on the Switch, maybe, possibly, I don't know if they want to do that. I think the developers actually did discuss the possibility of having a Switch version of Kingdom Hearts 3, but they said they want to have it come out on Xbox One and PS4 first, and then they'll worry about a Switch version. So there's the details there. 3 is in that same kind of manner. Any Arkham game, whether it be Asylum, City, Origins, Night.
I forgot about the Arkham games. They're good.
Yeah, I think what the most likely thing that could happen at this point is that they put Return to Arkham on the Switch, and it could very well happen because they put they had the 4K super ultra mega hyper version of LA Noire and Dark Souls. They have the remasters of those on modern consoles, and then those were put on Switch, and then PS4 and Xbox One. I don't remember when it happened, but they got the Return to Arkham game, which was basically a souped up version of Asylum and City. So I think the most likely thing that could happen is that they put Asylum and City on Switch in that manner, either as Return to Arkham, or they just port the 360 PS3 games over.
Right.
I'd be Persona 5
At this
either.
point, I would just like want any Arkham game to come to Switch. Like, and there's a couple on. There's Arkham Origins on Wii U and City on Wii U, so it's not like these are like, they're foreign to Nintendo consoles or anything. But pretty much any Arkham game on Switch that isn't Blackgate. That one sucked.
Okay.
All the other ones are.
What's your number 2?
2 is Dragon Ball FighterZ.
Oh.
Which I know you can.
Boy.
Because and I actually have a specific, a bit more of a specific reason as to why I want it to come to Switch. Like, one, obviously, a fighting game on Switch, that would be cool. More third-party support, and all the typical reasons you would want, including portability. But the confusing thing to me is that they have BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle on Switch, which is developed by ArcSys. The same guys that made Dragon Ball FighterZ. And to be fair, they had like 2 different teams working on both games, which is how they had them come out so quickly one after another. But at the same time, it's still ArcSys overall, so why couldn't they put FighterZ on Switch? It's like, oh, but it's like 3D models. It's a more complicated game. Yeah, you know what else has 3D models? Odyssey, Breath of the Wild. There is
Xenoverse.
And Xenoverse, yeah, which is another Dragon Ball game. So it's like,
Which is all 3D models.
It's a full 3D game. It's a full 3D game. And like, to be fair, on Switch it did run in 30 frames, but still, like, Dragon Ball FighterZ is a very nice looking game, but it doesn't seem like the most demanding thing in the world. So it's like, come on, like, they could just do it. I can't imagine it'd be that hard. Like, to be fair, I don't know a whole lot about game design, but even still. Now, originally on my list for my number 1, I would have put Monster Hunter Double Cross.
Oh, wait. Let me take a guess about what this is going to be. My guess is Persona 5.
Well, hold on. I'll get there in a second. My number 1 originally was going to be Monster Hunter Double Cross, which was like that Japanese-only Monster Hunter game that came out on Switch a while back. But we're getting that. We're getting that. They announced that it's going to be called Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, and it's a full English release. America and Europe are going to get it fully translated and whatnot. No need to download special mod packs. No need to get the Japanese version just to have the game on Switch. It's just the same game in English and all the special features with that game, including transferring your data over from the original generations on 3DS over to Ultimate, which is pretty cool. But since that's already coming to Switch, by the way, Andrew.
Yes? Was that right?
No.
Thanks.
I was. My number 1 is actually Spyro Reignited Trilogy.
Ooh.
And see, here's the thing. I would have said Persona 5 at some point on this list. However, I'm like, the thing about all these ports is that they're just like, they're all just like the game, but on Switch. And, like, they'll add some extra features like HD Rumble or whatnot. But overall, the game's content will be relatively the same. Even Dark Souls, like, they said, we're going to add, like, Praise the Sun amiibo, and then that's about it. Whereas they have had Persona special versions before that have come out on other systems. I don't know what they did for the first 2, but I remember for Persona 3, they had the original game, and then they had Persona 3 Fez. Don't ask me why they called it Fez. They just called it Fez. But it was basically...
police or because those hats? But those hats also.
Something like that. I don't know. But anyways, it was a special version of the game that had some extra stuff in there. I don't know what the details are. I don't know how much they added, but they had that. For Persona 4, they had like the original game on PS2, and then they had on the Vita, they had Persona 4 Golden. So that game had like extra social links. It had an extra dungeon, a little bit more like gameplay stuff, like a few more things to do in the actual like the day-to-day life part of that game and whatnot, and like it's a special version. So I'm thinking that if they're going to do something like that for 5, which I can't imagine why they wouldn't, it's the best-selling Persona game. Like, why wouldn't they have a special version on the consoles to sell more units? More than likely, they're going to do basically. I'm guessing that they'll do the Persona 4 thing, where it's like they're taking the base game, souping it up, and putting it on a portable console. But instead, they take Persona 5 from home console and put it on the Switch as the portable special version, and then they call it something special, like I don't know, Persona 5 Crimson or something. I don't know. The naming conventions are kind of weird. They never keep the same one for more than 10 seconds, and it's kind of annoying.
We're the
point is, you might be thinking, wait, didn't they add like special stuff to Bayonetta 2 on Switch? Well, that's the thing. Those were Switch exclusive things. Those were like alternate costumes for Bayonetta in that game that were not on the other systems. I'm talking about like the actual game itself having that special content that could just be on any system, but it would be on Switch. So I'm not talking about like them adding like giving Joker a Mario costume and having him steal hearts with that on. The more I think about it, the more like a recursive image forms in my mind. I'm gonna stop thinking about that now. But
think about it more.
No. How about this? Would you want to see like Yusuke in a Star Fox outfit? Would you want to see Ryuji in a freaking like Link outfit or something? Would you want that? I don't think I would want that. Like, because for Bayonetta they made it work, but I don't know if they could. Like, on one hand, yes, but on the other hand, no. I know that doesn't make any sense, but.
But let's move on to the next list.
All right, let me stop blabbing on for a minute.
I didn't even say anything, but sure, whatever. Go to the next one. Ignore what I want.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, ignore what the black guy wants. Okay.
All right, Sir Red, what is your list?
All right. So, for my number 3, probably not gonna happen. That's why my number.
Wait, number 3? No, this is 5.
It's 5. I thought it was 3.
Oh, rip.
All right. So this games we want to see on Switch. Okay.
Well,
so,
third-party games, either ports or new games.
Ports, new games,
all right.
Stuff that's not out yet but could come to Switch still.
So that's not on Switch.
Alright, so for the first one, it's a port. Either Sonic Unleashed or Sonic Generations. I'd like an actual good portable version of that. And no, not the 3DS version. I want to.
Dude, remember Sonic Unleashed for mobile devices?
Oh no.
That was a thing.
Yeah, that was the thing. That was the first thing Some Call Me Johnny talked about in his review. That was the first version he talked about. It was like, there was a version for mobile devices, but it's mobile devices in 2008 before they got to the full potential they got now. Nowadays, we got like the crazy stuff like PUBG Mobile, Legacy Wars, and all that stuff. That was 2008 when that mobile game came out. So it was just like,
It's not as powerful as a toaster.
yeah, it was no Sonic Rush. I'll say that much. Or wait, no, not Rush. Dash. That was the smartphone.
Sir Ed, what's your next one?
The next one. Here's another Sonic one. Screw you, that's why. Hey, you asked why. Screw you, that's why.
I didn't hear
Sonic
you.
Adventure.
No.
I said, if you're wondering why another Sonic game, screw you, that's why.
Adventure 2.
1 and 2.
Well, hold on. Good news,
And if they want to be nice heroes as well.
good news, my
So I can
friend.
actually play that.
Listen up.
I mean, I
There
think
may
the
be
adventure
a
games would be
chance-
more likely because those already have HD versions on like PC and
Yo,
360
guys,
and PS3.
there is a chance because of the all new Sega Ages. So cross your fingers, it may happen.
I mean, I can see why they would do that, but like, is that feasible? Like, it's just,
sure,
like there have been 3D games in collections before, but a lot of collections that I've seen, even Sonic ones, it's been like classic games, like Genesis stuff.
Or they're 3D, or they're just 3DS or DS ones. Sorry.
Yeah, stuff like that. I mean, I'm not saying it can't happen. I'm just saying it's like
How 9 times
Plus, it's
Oddman's
like plus
one
the
out of
3D
10.
games, the 3D games that they've had before on collections, like Sonic R, Sonic the Fighters, and stuff like that. Those were not. There was not a whole lot to those games. Whereas Adventure 2 is just like. Well,
And Adventure 1 and 2, they're very complex.
Yeah.
If you're asking how complex, go play the Chow Garden.
I think I'd say Adventure 1 overall is more complex, simply because they have like more stories and 6 gameplay styles. Whereas Adventure 2, they had 3 gameplay styles and 2 different stories to go through.
Yeah.
So.
Well, 2.5, because that last one.
But let's. Alright, so Sarai, is this your number 1 or no?
No, that'd be my number 4.
How many more do you have still?
3.
Alright, so my number 3. Okay. This one's not a cop-out. Sort of.
It's
All right.
not a cop-out, sort of.
Alright, so everyone knows Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3 is gonna happen. Let's
What?
not kid ourselves. It's going to happen, right?
Okay.
What game?
Xenoverse 3?
Dragon... Yeah, because let's not kid ourselves. It's going to happen, right?
Yeah.
I want that on Switch whenever that happens. Assuming it happens within the Switch's lifetime. Which it probably will.
I mean, like, I don't know. It's kind of up in the air at this point because, like, they had Xenoverse 1, and then a year later they had Xenoverse 2, and then they just didn't have anything for a while. So, I mean, like, and plus they just had Fighters, so they might want to wait a little bit to have another Dragon Ball game.
I'm not saying immediately. I'm just saying in the near foreseeable future.
Well, yeah, I was. It doesn't need to be immediate, but it's just like, space it out. Basically, is what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah, I think it's between 1 and 2 because of the errors in 2, errors in 1 that was fixed in 2. I think the time thing doesn't bother me. It kind of makes sense because it's basically just an improved version. And plus, some PQ missions, some story missions are the same from the first game, but changed a little bit to be good. I shouldn't say to be good, but to be better than the original.
Right.
I will say Great Apes are a turn in the to defeat.
Okay,
They're
so-
a pain.
pain in the.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah, this thing's.
Ed, what is your number 2?
My number 2 is, that one good game you want? No, I'm kidding.
No.
I think I want to see a RPG. A good RPG.
Just of any kind.
Yeah.
My third party?
I'm kind of thinking, when I think RPG, I kind of think, JRPG. But more of the, either RPG style would be good, nice.
Like Final Fantasy, in a way.
Final Fantasy, Pokemon. That's what I think of when I say
Like
RPG.
traditional stuff, basically.
The turn-based stuff. But,
Yeah.
well, it doesn't have to be that. I think a good few-day-long RPG, I'm talking just story, mind you, because, that's how RPGs roll. They're like 48 hours.
Yeah, like
At the
60
bare,
hours.
bare minimum, they're going to be at least, 2 days, not counting other things you can do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Ed, you're number 2?
So number 1.
Oh, you're number 1.
Alright, my number 1. A nice, good, modern Sonic game.
You're asking
Okay,
for a
again.
lot there. You're asking for a lot there, buddy.
Ed, yeah, you're asking for a lot.
Okay. Here's what I want you to do. Okay, take Unleashed. I gotta grab. Okay, you won't be able to see this, but if this was a YouTube video, where I was recording myself, that you would get the visual gag of it. Okay, take Unleashed. Take Daytime Sonic. I don't mind the Werehog, but everyone else seems to hate him. So just take Daytime Sonic. Okay, take that. Take a little bit from Colors. Take Monix Life Generations. Take that. Okay, take those games. Take all the good of those. Take what you learned from Forces and Lost World. Take what you learned from them. Take the mistakes you've learned from those games.
Take
those
what worked.
Games.
No classic Sonic.
No, I'm
Yeah,
talking
Classic
about
Sonic. Classic Sonic was literally in forces because Mania was happening around that time. That is the only reason he was in that game.
So no
That's not
Classic
even
Sonic
like
at
not even
all.
like an idea I came up with. That is confirmed why he is in the game. It's because Mania happened.
And no offense to Classic Sonic fans, it's good, but like when you go back to Generations, it's kind of the same thing when you go
It
back
just
to
feels
Unleashed.
so much better in Generations. That's the thing.
Well,
It's like
I was gonna say between the two, when you go back to Generations, it's kind of like when you go back to Unleashed. You only really gonna play modern Sonic. You only end up playing modern daytime Sonic. You don't end up playing classic.
Yeah.
That's how it happens.
So
It's not saying it's bad. It's good. It's good. Classic Sonic actually is good in that game.
all right, everybody. Now we're in the juicy details right now.
the juicy boys.
Yes,
the
the
juice
juicy.
is
Here's
loose.
what part you're in.
The juice is loose, everyone.
You're have to introduce what part you're in.
Yes.
It's like the Groose is loose, but for juice.
So this is going to be the last two top 5 lists, and then we're going to just talk and chill and think about what's going to be at Microsoft, Sony, E3, etc.
All right, so I'm gonna say one for Microsoft.
Yeah.
I
So,
want information about Forza Horizon 4. We all know it's gonna happen. Just give us information.
so here's what's going
All right,
to.
that's my whole
So
thing with Microsoft.
let's do the list now.
I'm not doing a list. I'm just saying that's my only thing. I don't care about.
No,
anything else, guys.
We're not doing a list for Microsoft. We have 2 more to go through, and then
Oh.
we'll talk a little bit more about Nintendo, and then Microsoft,
No one
Sony.
cares about that, Andrew. We spent like 30 days on this.
Okay.
Let's cut this up a little bit. We'll talk
That's
about
not even an exaggeration.
All right.
We have to talk about
The
this for 30
second to
minutes.
last list, the top
We're talking
5
about it for like
games,
2 hours.
the top 5 Nintendo Switch games that we want to see more information on.
Andrew,
What?
hold on. Let's just split it up a little bit.
All right, fine. We'll do
No,
these 2 last.
split you up.
I only say that one because
Hey Jeff, can you do me a favor?
What?
Talking about
They're gonna be talking about Microsoft. Can you take over for me?
Yeah.
All right, Ed. You can talk about Microsoft for a bit.
Are you walking away because you're just kind of in a way admitting you
No. Jeff is taking my spot because I don't know jack squat about Microsoft.
That's what I just said.
Andrew's scared of Microsoft.
I like how you corrected me.
Boss, I'm not
For
so
what
down
I'm
here.
saying,
I'm
for
not
what I'm saying. It's like saying you're wrong. This is not. You're wrong because you're correct.
Hey. Well, what's another thing from You know what Microsoft should do?
Make me a sandwich.
No.
That would be.
Put Nintendo games on the Xbox.
I know this one guy that has a gamer tag that just says "Make me a sandwich." Microsoft.
That's how I'll start playing more Xbox.
Oh.
Xbox.
Xbox. Alright, so I guess I'll elaborate what the yelling I said a minute ago. We all know it's gonna happen. It's one of those games like it's gonna happen. Everyone knows it's gonna happen. We're just waiting for actual information on it.
Yeah.
Everyone who's played Forza Horizon 3, well, 9 times out of 10, you like the game, right? 9 times out of 10, you're gonna say it's good game.
As I noticed, one of the things someone said in the chat is eBay is my favorite game.
Yeah.
You just noticed that.
Fixed it. Okay, it was switched to a different mic.
Austin.
It's
It was
on.
switched to a different mic, dude. That's what happened. I fixed it. It's now picking me up again.
It's on.
Well, I'm still rage quitting, so
No, I fixed it. Yeah, I got it to work.
That's good. But dude, we lost some of our lists.
another 2 hours for this.
We lost some of our lists that we talked about.
Who cares? Just explain to them what happened.
Hold. Guys, shut up. I'm gonna listen to this. Okay, it hasn't even. Okay, guys, it hasn't even been off. It wasn't even off for. It was off for like a couple minutes at most.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're still good?
It was like I just went back to like 4 minutes ago in the stream, and it's perfect. It was perfectly fine. So
Okay.
it hasn't been off very long. So we didn't miss a whole lot.
Alright, Edward, continue.
Oh, I see what happened. I put my arm down on the wire. That caused me to unplug for a bit.
Okay. Ed,
Thanks,
you
Jeff.
continue rambling
You almost
about
made
that
me
Microsoft.
rage quit.
Yeah, it was only a couple minutes. All right. I just went back to like 2 minutes ago in the stream, and it.
Ed, you gotta
By the way, I'm having the
continue
weirdest
How much
about
did-
deja vu.
So I'm assuming we didn't. I think we might have missed the part where you gave your last suggestion, but I think that might be it. I can't tell. Hold on.
You know what we need to do one day? Is we should do a live stream and try to get as much people on there and see what we should do in the future for the channel, what people should suggest.
We could do that.
Like, okay, okay guys, what do you think we should do for the future of Gamers Review? If someone says live action roleplay, for example, that'll be a thing. Or Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Breath of the Wild, Splatoon.
Right.
Sorry, what kind of?
Or they say expanded variety to Xbox One, this. But if they say PS4 or a console that we do not have, we have to explain to them, we don't have this console. So we're going to have to figure out something.
Okay, guys, to confirm, the last thing that was on before we had that mic incident, the last thing that was said was that Jeff noticed the comment saying, eBay is my favorite game, an hour after it was posted. He was like, Jeff noticed the comment saying eBay is my favorite game, and then Edwin's like, you just noticed that. That's when the mic went off. So I'm pretty sure we didn't miss anything.
So Jeff
How
was the
could
one who
this
screwed
happen
it
to
up.
me?
I mean, the problem is we don't have anyone here to, like, outside of ourselves, you know, being a part of, like, doing the stream, we don't have anyone else to check. Because TF2 fan left. So,
Sadly.
because he went to another stream. Alright, so, I think he was talking about how he wanted a good Sonic game, which is asking too much.
No, talking about, I already talked about that. We were on Microsoft,
Yeah,
and I was saying,
Andrew walked away.
yeah,
I'm still here, you know.
So you're gonna have to repeat your whole thing about, we know it's gonna happen.
this is what I want. I want information on Forza Horizon 4 because it's, as like anyone who follows the games kind of knows it's gonna happen. It just kind of, I'm just waiting on it to happen, if you will. And also knowing location of the game, that'd be best as well.
Jeff, are you gonna join us? This is Microsoft
I
stuff.
really don't know what's going on for Microsoft. The only thing I can say that I want for it is,
Alright, the only thing I'm gonna say for Microsoft.
I want to say
Here's
Nintendo
the thing-
Games Plus. Yeah, that's a great one.
Here's the only thing I don't want from Microsoft. I don't want to fall asleep in a Microsoft's presentation. Unlike last year's. Hey, we got a new car.
I wasn't there for that, but
There's something up Microsoft was like, hey, we got a car. You like cars?
We got a hedgehog. Yeah, we got a blue hedgehog that wears sneakers.
Pretty much that was Microsoft in a nutshell. Last year's E3. And it sucked. I even exited out halfway through the press conference. He's like, it was boring. It sucked.
Look at this. Dog goes, no.
Dog
also fell asleep during part of the Nintendo presentation too, so.
The Nintendo
Yeah, but
presentation
because the
was
Treehouse
good.
was boring.
Sony was okay at best. Nintendo was good, and Microsoft.
Nintendo, he can become a dinosaur.
You're gonna become a dinosaur. 2 Metroid games. Hey, you want my car?
Yeah, 2 Metroids. One of which is out
And
now.
all of a sudden, Microsoft comes in and is like, hey, you want to buy some cars?
You like cars? You like jazz?
You're not going anywhere, Robert. Oh, how cute you are. Yeah. But,
I couldn't even tell what you guys are saying at this point.
Yeah, I just hear sounds. Maybe they're making.
All I hear is them complaining.
huh?
Stop.
I just kind of hear things. They don't necessarily like.
It's not auto. It's impossible to tell what they're
You know
actually
what we need to do one day?
saying, but
We need to record some stupid bullcrap for Games View. Just
Honestly,
get on a free roam game and screw around and see what the frick happens.
but back to what I was saying. Microsoft, don't disappoint. Last year was the biggest disappointment
Of my life.
of E3.
Be a dinosaur.
Dinosaur. Hey, Sony's was okay at best.
no, better got a Z-rank or quitting life.
They showed Spider-Man, Shadow of the
Bro,
Colossus.
what?
Microsoft
What's going
just
on?
talked about the specs of Xbox One. Now, specs are cool, don't get me wrong, and maybe people like to hear about them.
Hey,
The
Andrew,
only thing that you can say is hey, this plays in 4K.
Okay, have
And
any of you guys tried to get
Don't
the
get
potential
into
on
Minecraft for 4K.
release
Okay,
in Dragon Ball
Showed
Xenoverse 2?
Minecraft is
Are you
showcasing
playing
4K.
Xenoverse right
That
now?
was the biggest
Yes.
stupid.
Try getting
Stupid
potential
idea
unleashed.
to do.
It's because you had a Z-rank. All of the advancement tests to unlock the test where you can unlock it. You gotta Z-rank it. Z. It's equivalent to
what are
X-ranking.
you guys
Like,
yelling about?
Dragon Ball.
there's BS in this because they're expecting you to get the best score on 5 tests that are supposed to be challenging.
Andrew, I have an interesting point to bring up. So you said specs are cool, right?
Why are you guys talking about Dragon Ball Xenoverse? We're doing an E3 prediction
Everyone's talking about it.
broadcast.
I was wanting to ask Andrew a question real quick.
Yep.
Okay, so you said specs are cool, right?
They're okay to hear about, but I would.
Yeah. Well, guess what? You know what else is cool?
What?
Ice.
Get out.
Oh my God.
And I'm already.
Nah, but honestly, if you like to hear about
Edwin, I'm
specs, that's
surprised
cool
you didn't
for
say
you.
anything there.
But I don't want to hear it at E3.
I don't hear song.
Don't you know guys? Don't you know ice puns are the coolest puns?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I don't want to
They're
hear.
really ice.
I don't want to hear.
It's very
specs
ice to
about
see you,
console.
Edwin.
I want to see
It's
the
ice
game
to see you too,
that's gonna
Skylar.
sell me
Oh
on this
heck,
console.
King Daniel the Dandy in the chat.
Huh?
First time we've seen him in a stream. Then again, it's the first time we've streamed in a while. So.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was like, who's that? Oh, hey! Yo! How's it been? Talking about E3 here. Peeps, you
Yeah.
want to just go back? You want to go back to talking about Nintendo because no one's talking about Microsoft.
I talked about.
You're talking about Dragon Ball.
Continue
Shut
back to
up.
that.
Here's the thing though.
No, I talked about Microsoft beforehand. Then I rage quit. Then I rage.
Raging likes.
Yeah, but I fixed the stream.
Because Xenoverse is a bull.
It is.
Oh my god.
It's a good game, but half of the game is a bull.
Okay.
How is it a good game with half of it in bull?
All right, peeps.
Because it's an overall good game, but there's terrible.
Because half the game isn't bull.
All right, peeps. We're gonna
How
do.
many
Damn.
Peeps, we are gonna do. All right, we're gonna continue on with Nintendo because I don't know.
No, Andrew, no. No, you do not get to change it to Nintendo.
Yes, we can, because this is an E3 prediction podcast, not complaining about Dragon Ball Xenoverse.
Hey
Sorry.
guys, remember when this was an E3 podcast?
Yeah, it was.
Until Edwin and I started complaining about Dragon Ball Xenoverse.
Okay, it was just Edwin though.
But you make it what? You make it sound like it's supposed to be the most professional. We're trying to be professional.
We're on a Skype call on a friggin' tablet, and the speaker audio is being played into a separate microphone. Professional went out the window a long time
It
ago.
already did.
Yeah.
Alright, listen.
So anyways, we can stop screaming for a second.
Okay. Alright,
Thank you, Jeff. I expected that exact response.
let's do.
It's not even a joke.
Alright, let's start talking about the last two lists.
Info on announced games that are not out yet for Switch, first party stuff.
Okay, hold on, no. Let's talk about the 5 games that we want to hear more information about. I'll go.
That's what I just said.
Okay, I'll go first.
Games that are not out yet.
I'd honestly want to hear more information about Captain Toad. Hear me out.
But that's a point.
It said. Stop. Don't do that, please.
Jeff, please.
Alright, but anyway, as I was saying, I would want to see more information about Captain Toad because they already. Because
No.
they hinted
We
at
actually.
Mario Odyssey levels being there, so I kind of want to see if there's gonna be some
Jeff,
like
shut up.
For, I just want to see if there's gonna be anything for Cascade Kingdom or stuff like that. So for my number 4,
Shut up. I will actually walk over to your house and beat you up in real life. I will walk. How have you guys not killed each other yet? It's because Edwin and I are at 2 separate locations, but Jeff and Andrew are together. So they might die. But we're good.
shut up.
Jeff is the most likely to die at this very moment in time.
Back to what I was saying. So my 4th is the Fire Emblem game. Shut up!
I was making an important statement to end Jeff abuse.
This is why Toad's adopted, guys.
Toad is.
Toad's mentally retarded. There you go.
Back to what I was saying.
Andrew, don't get a word of this.
I would want to see more information about the new Fire Emblem game that's coming out in 2018. We have yet to hear anything about it.
Wait, the one with the transgender person in it?
What?
I'm talking about Corey.
Hold on, wait, what?
Wait a second. Wait a
I did
second.
a game with a transgender
Okay.
person in it. Corey. That's the person I'm talking about.
No, that's not transgender. That's 2 separate versions of the same character. It's also not.
You
It's also
imbecile.
not. Stop making it again. 2
But
separate
still.
things. 2 versions.
But no.
Alright, anywho, my number 3 is Metroid Prime 4.
Oh, that game.
2 is Pokemon, the Pokemon game, and 1 is Yoshi because we have yet to hear anything about it. I'm already getting too anticipated for
Not
this.
any-
Wait, is there gonna be one where a big fat blue Yoshi kills Mayo? Is there gonna be a game based off that?
No.
I hope there is. By the way,
Okay.
shout out to Mayo.
Generic Joe, what is yours? What's your list?
Alright, here's my list. I've got
Type 2
info on Mario
diabetes.
Tennis Aces because I'm pretty sure that comes out right after E3. But they can still reveal stuff for that. 4 is Yoshi on Switch, which doesn't even have a proper name yet. It's just Yoshi on Switch. 3 is
Reminds you of another game, doesn't it?
Oh, the dog woke up.
Another,
You guys woke
another
up the
game that was
dog.
in-
He's depressed.
just
Doggo is
naming it
depressed
for a
though.
long time.
Yeah,
Breath of the
yeah.
Wild.
it was Kirby. because they just called it Kirby, and they revealed it on the same day as Yoshi. They also had
I'll
the
talk about
prototype
it.
game before they had Return to Dreamland as a name. They just called it Kirby V as a subtitle before they come up with something proper, which is weird because there was already Epic Yarn, which also came out on the Wii. So
I'm going to check the stream status real quick.
it's weird. Okay, number those 4. 3 is Fire Emblem for Switch because we don't have any info on that, and that was announced a year and a half ago, I think. I think January of 2017 when that was announced in that one direct.
What?
So
Just this.
we haven't gotten any info on that. 2 is Bayonetta 3.
Oh.
What's happening?
I actually hit something.
Oh no. What'd you
Why are you
do?
Why are you hitting stuff? What are you doing?
I was checking the status of the stream. Just to make sure that the mic was still working.
Did you?
But I
Did you
hit.
Is it still working?
I don't know, because something is going
Sir, did he end the stream?
What?
Did he end the stream?
No, it's still going. He's just on the wrong menu. He went to edit. Jeff, you see on the top where it says capture?
Oh.
No, it's still going. That. It's just on the wrong menu. Yeah, you went to edit. I don't know why you did that, but you did it. And the mic is still working, so.
Okay.
That's good.
So, anyways, so as I was saying, number 2 is Bayonetta 3.
Oh, I paused it. Hold up. There we go.
But
Wait, hold on. King Daniel, the dandy, okay. V-Switch is the game I'm most excited for. That's what he said. Well, that's what it said. Okay.
That's what he's the most excited for.
Yeah.
So, and then my number 1.
Wait, what's
Is,
what's this guy talking about? Because I don't know that game.
He says, love Bayonetta 2, haven't finished 1, he says. He said Bayo 2, that's short for Bayonetta. And then,
Okay.
so my number 1 is, well, if you saw that stream we did last year reacting to E3, clearly my number 1 game for the list is Sushi Striker.
Of course.
My ears are starting to bleed because every time someone says S in there or something like that, the pitch will increase. It's like it's like whistling. It hurts my ears.
Okay, so, seriously though, actual number 1 is Metroid Prime 4.
But yeah, who would not want to play
You keep
Sushi
stealing
Slicer?
my stuff.
Sushi Striker.
Bruh, what else?
Striker.
What else are you gonna say? Do you want to put Sushi Striker on your list? 'Cause that's different.
You know what? For my number 3, this is games we want more information on, right?
Yeah, games that are already announced that we want more info on. We don't need.
Okay.
We'd like.
You know what? I want more information on Sushi Strikers.
I want more information on
Guys, I'm
arms.
sort of confused on that whole thing. That whole mess of a game.
I haven't been paying attention to it, so I don't know.
I just found out a week ago that it exists.
I acknowledge its existence. And
Like, can
that's
someone
the
tell me
extent.
how much people are watching this stream?
I think got
well,
2 right now.
Yeah, but that also includes me. And are you watching it, Skylar? Well, I
Yeah.
have us, so
Wait,
no
wait,
one.
so does that mean we have 3 people?
No, I'm watching
three,
it too.
'cause King Daniel. Oh yeah, it says 3 now. Okay.
Yeah, I'm watching this stream too.
Mine is just us too, but who cares?
Guys, YouTube is on drugs.
That implies it's not normally on drugs.
Okay.
That implies it wasn't at some point.
Okay, so now we're on the final list. The top 5 Nintendo Switch
Did anybody
games.
give his full list yet?
No.
Okay.
I gave literally 1. And then it's like, well, screw you.
Alright, then
Screw you guys. I'm going home.
I'm jumps on you. I'm already home. Oh, Jesus.
Wait,
I'm
what?
already home.
I don't
Yeah,
have
I'm
a
at my
home.
house.
Anybody?
Oh my god.
What?
Oh my god!
What?
What?
Guys! There's a new Mega Man amiibo!
What?
For Mega
What?
Man 11! Mega Man amiibo for Mega Man 11 that got announced 2 hours ago!
Where? Hold up a second.
Oh, wait a minute! I forgot Mega Man 11 was happening!
Yeah! Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Is this real? Hold up a second. Hold up a second. I'm gonna pull it up on the screen so that way the people
Yeah,
in the
it's
chat
there.
can see this.
It
Come on.
exists.
Mega Man 11.
I saw that there was a trailer earlier today. I didn't know there was an amiibo announcement too.
Meebo.
Don't
Oh my god. Okay, hold up a second.
Yeah, looks pretty neat actually. It looks cool.
Alright, hold up a second. I'm gonna. Alright, let me get the audio on. We're gonna take a short break. We're gonna see this info. Get the audio on for people.
Watch the trailer on this game. Yeah, it's the pre-order trailer. That's the most recent one.
Okay.
I love that. Guys, there's a Mega Man.
Andrew, why don't you have a full screen?
Don't know.
Actually,
That
one
reach-
screen.
Yeah, fine, I will.
Mega Man 11, okay.
30th anniversary.
1987.
I like how
Yo.
it says 30th anniversary. 30th
This is
anniversary.
actually really cool. When is this game coming out? 2019 or 2018?
I'm guessing it's 2018. I don't remember. I don't know if they said it.
Because they did a pre-order trailer, and if you're gonna do a pre-order trailer, then it has to come out in 2018.
2017, though. You never know.
Well, I mean, to be fair, like, it's a pre-order trailer, so that probably means 2018. You know, it's
You
like
never know. Could be
for like pre-ordering and stuff. That's usually like something that's gonna happen soon.
Someone from Texas is calling my house.
Shout out to Texas.
This time,
Apollo, Texas.
including double gear system. What is that? Oh yeah.
A system with 2 gears, Andrew.
Robot University? Are you kidding me?
Overcharged the Mega Buster.
Flow.
University.
The flow of time.
Okay.
Overcharge the Buster. I'm a
Fuse Man. Oh wow. How original.
I guess he'll blow a fuse.
No. Don't be Edwin.
Fuse Man.
I refuse to acknowledge this.
I guess that's pretty awesome too, isn't it?
I
Block.
think I'm confused why they named him Fuse Man.
Take a
Fuse.
shot now.
Fuse.
Blockman. Blockman?
Lock man.
Shouldn't his name be Steve?
You
Think
come
about
on.
it.
Whoa! Whoa! Terrible joke.
Oh boy! Looks like this man took some steroids.
No, his special ability is not bricks.
Dude, it is 2018!
Oh yeah, shout out to Nintendo because we showed.
Oh, that's it. That's the only ones they showed.
Farther.
Okay.
Yeah, you think they're gonna
games.
show all of them?
October 2nd,
Yeah.
2018.
Yo, but that's sick.
Near the end of the year.
Not quite.
That was sick.
Not quite like a full holiday release. Just like right before it.
I forgot that.
Okay, here's
I forgot
the-
about Mighty
okay,
Ray
it's-
until I saw them right there. I forgot completely.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Those are the video game characters that were created.
No.
Shout out to Game Explain and Wells Fargo.
Well,
That's a Game Explain right there. Are we watching a Game Explain video on the stream?
nah. No.
Wait, don't we make fun of Game Explain occasionally?
No, shut up.
I think Andrew does, but that's it.
Me?
I remember him mentioning him a few times.
Yeah, I mentioned him. I never made fun of them.
Oh yeah, I joke about it.
Okay.
Yep, because Andrew would totally have the balls to make fun of someone on stream.
Ooh.
Shots fired.
Same goes for you,
sir,
Edwin.
Andrew.
You know you want it.
Do you know who I am?
Mojo TV.
eBay!
Where they make top 10 lists on things they probably don't even know about.
Okay. So,
Welcome back to the Toku Cast, where we do mostly countdowns instead of the actual Toku Cast in question.
alright, hold on, let's check the comments. Overcharged Buster looks exactly like Mega Man X upgraded Buster. That's dope. Yeah.
Dope.
Shut up!
Alright, so what? So
we need
so
something.
Edwin, did you get your full list in there yet? I guess you could put
No.
Mega Man 11. Actually, no, that's third party. Never mind.
This is his first stuff that's like Nintendo stuff.
Yeah, this is just Nintendo.
Right now we're on first party. And
Alright,
exclusives.
and okay, so my number 3 was Sushi Strikers because I don't understand the game, so I kind of mind you. Part of it is because I didn't play the demo, so that's part of the reason I don't understand.
Who is this? Me or you?
That's me.
I didn't know you played as Koopa.
No, she played as Cook Beach.
Alright, the second one
First gen.
is I had a second one, but I had some, but because of Mega Man 11, I completely forgot about them.
It's all Mega Man's fault.
I remember what number 1 was. I can't remember what number 2 was.
Oh no, they Mega Man.
Okay, I'm just gonna give my number 3. My number 3 was Metroid Prime, the new Prime game. I kind of want to know about that.
Metroid Prime 4, yeah.
You said you
No, you gotta do it like, yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy!
What on earth is going on?
Boy, guys.
Next up, we have.
But, and this is the biggest one out of the bunch. What are you doing, Jeff?
Checking.
Trying to send nudes.
What's happening? Oh God, what? Where'd you
So,
get those?
the final list that we got
eBay.
is the top 5 new Nintendo games that we want to see for Switch.
By the way, no third
It's
parties.
kind of hard for me to make because a lot of
What are you doing? see my
first party
list?
games already got announced for Switch or are out on Switch.
Okay.
So it was actually kind of hard for me to come up with some. And
It was pretty easy for me. Alright, I'm going to start off.
Pretty much gonna be. Let's just say this: they're gonna be pretty much the same for all of us.
I'm going to
Unless if you're
start off
alone.
my list. For number 5,
All right, Andrew, go.
for number 5, I put in a new Paper Mario game. And I'm talking about like the
Okay, they're
traditional.
not the same.
I'm talking about the traditional Paper
I
Mario.
keep. When Andrew's talking, it kept popping, and it hurt.
So,
And it hurt. Feel bad.
Me on the inside and on the outside.
Paper
Stop doing that.
Paper Mario.
I know how I
want
feel.
to see it return in its classic form because the buddy system was good. I never finished a Paper Mario game with that buddy system, so to
I'm
experience it,
disappointed in you, Andrew.
I'm sorry.
All two
I
of
have a huge
them.
backlog of games, but I
I'm
definitely would like
disappointed,
to take
Andrew.
it.
I expected you to finish every. Oh wait, never mind. But like, I expected you to finish every Mario and every Nintendo game you play.
Yeah, don't expect that out of
And that
Andrew.
includes Mario's Missing, The Faces of Evil.
No. Oh,
Right for number
Well, he
4.
knows Mario's Missing. What are
For
you
number
talking about?
4, I would like to see
Everyone does.
For number 4, I'd like to see a new Mario Maker sequel. You know, with new game, like new enemies, new blocks, all that good stuff.
but expanded upon.
Yes. Add more to Mario Maker rather than, hey, we got Koopas and Goombas. No, I want to see, what's those guys' names? Is it the
Spike!
no, I want to see Spike, the football guys. I forget their names. There's also Shy Guys. Shy Guys.
The Hedgehog would
and
be nice in
the
there.
Ninjas.
I want to make it where you make 3D levels also.
Well, that's something for the future.
That would be way too complex, Jeff.
Yeah.
Who cares? It'll be cool.
3 levels.
3D levels for Mario Maker, yeah.
That'd be
Too
cool.
complex.
That'd be cool, though.
Would be cool, but too complex.
Yeah.
You can make Goombas running after you.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Disney Infinity exists.
Yeah, that's true.
But that's very simplistic, though.
Okay.
And what-
Number 3 is a Mario and Luigi RPG. Now,
Yeah, remember 10 seconds ago how I was saying our list would be the same? I guess I lied.
so
Thanks, Andrew, for making me a liar.
You liar.
so the thing is that with Mario and Luigi, it's that so far there's just been so many remakes, and I'd like to see one, not for 3DS but for Switch. I think that would be a cool experience to have. And just by the hints of like what games they are choosing to remake, I think Fawful is going to return and have a key role.
You know what else would be a cool thing to have?
What?
Ice.
Friends.
Oh my god. Number
Yeah,
two.
I made a dark joke. He just made everyone cringe a little.
Number 2, I have a
Okay.
Wario Land game. Now, Wario Land, I've never played any of the games from that series. Never.
Andrew, why do you want a game you never played?
I would again. I said this earlier for the 3DS. I would most likely would love to see it on Switch, and hopefully they do something with the switching mechanics, like Wario Land Switch it. You know what I mean,
No.
guys?
How about I got better one. Wario switching it up.
Wario Land switching it up,
Yeah, makes sense.
and then my number 1. This is gonna sound obscure, but hear me out. I would like to
No.
see a new Tomodachi
I
Life
said
game.
no.
Okay.
No means no,
Sorry,
Andrew.
sorry, I couldn't hear you because Edwin was talking.
Okay. My number 1
Okay, you
pick.
can talk now.
My number 1 pick. I would like to see a new Tomodachi Life game, but I'm not done yet. I would like to see that with a couple of sub games, like a sub game of Miitopia or any of the Street Pass games. Hear me out. Tomodachi
Miitopia.
Life. I love Tomodachi Life for the 3DS, and I love Miitopia for the 3DS as well. But it just felt like that once you're done, there's nothing else to do. So why not have a main game of Tomodachi Life, and how they did it with Tomodachi Quest, have it with Miitopia instead, and like the people that are alongside with you on your quest are the same people in your whatchamacallit, in your hotel, and you can apartment, and you can visit anywhere in the little sub area. You know what I mean? Like have a little adventure to go on. So that way it doesn't feel like you're doing the same thing every single day. And then with the Street Pass games, I'm thinking think of it as like Kirby Triple Deluxe in a way. You know what I mean? Because with Kirby Triple Deluxe, there's 3 main games. The main one, and then the 2 sub games. That's what I'm trying to get at. So what do you guys think? Would you want something like this, or? You guys there?
Yeah, I'm here.
No, I'm not.
I think I'd like a game like that.
I mean, honestly, Tomodachi Life is such a good series. It is.
I agree.
And Edwin, before you say, oh yeah, great series of one game. No, there were multiple Tomodachi games. It's just Tomodachi Life is the only one to come to the US.
It was on 3DS, and then there was a Japan one.
I say Edwin specifically because he would absolutely
He's the person to call that out.
So, yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
Honestly, that's what I like to see for Switch. What do you guys think? Do you think this is a good idea or a bad idea?
I would like that.
You know what I think is a bad idea? Not giving us the other Tamagotchi games.
Tamagotchi?
Tamaguchi.
Tamaguchi. I want to be able to have all the Tamaguchi games.
Tamaguchi fam.
He's my favorite.
Tamaguchi gang.
Gucci gang.
Tamaguchi gang.
Tamaguchi gang. My life is complete.
Actually, it's incomplete.
What are you calling me?
Well, yeah, that's...
Incomplete.
So that's my
Incomplete.
list. Which one do you think sounds like Nintendo would do the most?
Tamaguchi.
Tamaguchi.
Tamaguchi too.
Tamaguchi. No.
I think the most likely thing is they're going to make Tamaguchi gang.
When I first got the game, my mom looked at it. It's like, what is this Tamaguchi like? Tamaguchi something.
Tamagotchi?
She said it wrong. So, what was the question?
Which one do you think sounds the most reasonable that Nintendo will do? Out of the 5.
I'd say of what you listed, probably Paper Mario.
Yeah, most likely Paper Mario.
That's what I'd say, because it's like, I mean, my guess is that if Mario Maker is going to be on Switch at all, my guess is that they'll just like bump up the Wii U port, make it get better.
Yeah.
That's one thing I've hated about what Nintendo's recently been doing, is they've done a lot of ports instead of making sequels.
Yeah, so... I mean, who knows? Who knows what we can expect from all this? So, Generic Joe, you're up.
Alright, so for the last thing we have here, I don't have 5 because I couldn't come up with 5. And also, 3 of mine aren't Mario.
Oh,
So...
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Not Andrew. No, it's okay.
Shots fired!
I
So,
honestly love Mario, that's why.
my Switch games I would like to see announced are pretty much the same ones everyone else would like to see announced. F-Zero, Star Fox, Animal Crossing, and another Donkey Kong Country game.
Ooh.
And I'd say the Donkey Kong Country one is the most likely because we've already gotten... I think Retro Studios said that they wanted to do a modern trilogy. We already have Returns, we already have Tropical Freeze, so it would make the most sense to...
And let me guess, Kitty Kong's gonna be there.
I don't know, she could be.
No,
They can also bring Chunky
no,
back. You know what?
no.
Actually, you know what? No, Chunky, yes. Bring back Chunky.
no, we need Lanky!
No, Chunky.
Lanky!
Yes.
No, what we need is...
And then there's
All we
Chunky,
need is
he's
drive.
dead. Huh,
Need
DK!
to drive the
Chunky
determination.
is dead!
I'm pretty
DK!
sure I've seen the same clip of Andrew driving off a ledge with a motorcycle like 5 times this stream.
Yeah.
Joke's on you is 12. You need more clips, Andrew. Put more clips in this thing.
You need more
Man.
clips.
Okay,
Ugh.
Wario Land or WarioWare needs
Sorry, I'm not the one who only put like 12 clips in for
Hope
this.
Land
They're all like
looks
30
shit.
seconds
Put like
long.
30.
So they
You put
repeat like 12
30
times.
Game was
frequently.
That sounds like
Because they're only 30 seconds long. At most.
Zero, man.
I
Any
like
song is
King
good,
Neil
it's just
Chat,
never
it's just
bring
like,
right. Yeah!
She could have got Austin to record some clips. Or have me record some clips and send it to him.
Yeah,
No.
actually, he asked me if I wanted to record clips, but it's like I don't have Twitter, so I couldn't like upload them. Or anything.
Oh, I wasn't even talking about Twitter. I was talking about with the Xbox One, you can record clips.
Oh, why didn't I do that? Because I don't play as much Xbox.
It doesn't matter. You can get 10-minute clips in there.
I don't care!
Or 5 minute. If you really want them to be 1080p, you can get 5-minute clips. Oh, jeez.
I don't care!
PS4 also has clip sharing as well for like up to 60.
See?
To be fair though, I don't have like any PS4 clips because I like deleted them to save space.
I have only Nintendo Switch, not Xbox.
By
You
the
have
way,
an Xbox One, you lying little.
No, I'm talking about clips, you idiot.
Austin has some from GTA. And I have
Okay.
many flips. I have some Dragon Ball.
But-
I got some Forza. You probably don't care though because
Ed.
no, cars.
Ed.
Oh, I'm scared.
Ed,
ew, other companies,
Ed.
ew.
Ed, listen.
Yes.
My brother
Ed.
didn't.
Ed,
My brother
Ed.
didn't want to
Ed.
have his clips in there, but I think I can ask.
And
But I think I can ask Jeff.
I was gonna say, what was
much
your
melon?
excuse of it not asking me, sir?
Hey, remember when this was an E3 podcast? Me neither.
Yeah.
Hey, this is at least slightly relevant because it's about the
Hey,
podcast itself.
remember when we were focusing on the live stream? Me neither.
I'm
We
actually
are.
focused on the chat right now.
Fun fact about while we're talking on the subject of game clips, right? Real quick before we go back to the actual discussion, all two of you, and by two I mean the other people I am talking to right now on this call, that PS4 recording, like on the system itself, is actually how I recorded the Transformers Devastation LP I did back in like 2016.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
before I
how
had
I did mine.
because that's before I had a proper capture card, and also at that time the PlayStation would for just a clip it would only let you do up to 15 minutes at that time. They didn't have the 60-minute limit yet, so I had a headset in, plugged in, and I recorded clips for about 15 minutes each. And despite the fact that the clips were 15 minutes, the LP still wasn't as long as I expected it to be. Probably would have been even shorter if I was able to go up to 60 minutes, because that game's actually kind of short, surprisingly.
All right, generic roll. Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Hold on, wait, there's one thing.
Sure, you're up.
This
If
is
we're done-
E3 related, okay?
If we're
I'd
done yelling at each other.
I'd like Nintendo to make it where, the Switch can record longer than 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Fair point.
What is their excuse? The
They don't
Xbox
have.
One and the 4 can record for longer.
They do have an excuse. They only the Switch is only compatible with Facebook and Twitter.
That
Also,
doesn't.
again, what is their excuse of not letting you upload it to something like Google Drive or OneDrive?
Or Vimeo.
Oh yeah, Vimeo exists.
Right. What is that again?
I know, right? What were we talking about again?
I think we're talking about E3, I think. Hey, we just
I think we're talking about video games. Call me crazy, but
No, we're talking about Nintendo.
we're talking about books.
We're talking about nerds. Like the candy. Just in case you were confused on what kind of nerds I was talking about.
Why is it so quiet?
That's a good question. By the way,
Where's Jen?
Ed, list your top 5.
What were we on top 5 of again? Like, I
Top
We're on
don't
top
five.
5 games we
Nintendo.
wanted to see on the Switch that were first party. I gave mine, Andrew gave his. You need to
Okay.
get yours.
First party. Crap. I like to see
I feel
another.
like you're gonna say a game. I'm gonna come back and be like, no, that's not first party.
Okay, my major thing is I'd like to see a game that is not, okay, that is not a port. That is my biggest thing. I'd like to see another game that's not a port.
Yeah. I doubt that they're going to show that at E3. I doubt it. I mean, they may show it off like Captain Toad to be playable in like the treehouse or something, but probably not in the press conference. Because you want to try to sell your Switch. If you show off ports, then is that what you're...
No, I'm saying games that are not ports, Andrew. No ports. No more.
No, I
said...
You idiot!
Dude, I guess today is opposite day for Andrew. All the things that you're saying, he's interpreting the opposite of.
No,
this is the third time in this
Oh my
stream
god.
alone.
Guys, I'm saying, do you really think people would look at it as like, oh boy, ports?
Running on the game.
Now
Oh boy,
listen.
3 a.m.
Listen, okay? Honestly, I think they're gonna have Captain Toad, like just like the ports, just to be played and not in the press conference. Probably in Treehouse, not in press conference.
Ooh, King Daniel in the chat saying that he's probably the only person in the world that would die for a Tokyo Mirage Sessions 4. I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, I never played the game, so.
Because I never played that, yeah. Because it's literally just like, they say it's a Shin Megami Tensei and Fire Emblem crossover, when in reality it's just like something completely different. Like, it's still a good game, but it is not like... It is not like what was advertised. Like, there is Fire Emblem stuff there. There is Shin Megami Tensei stuff there, but a lot of it is just like... You just look at a trailer, okay? That's all you need to do, is just look at a trailer. Like, again, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's not quite what we were expecting.
So it's bad.
No, it's a good game.
Kidding.
It's just not like what we... It's just not what we... Like, when you tell me two, like, mature properties from these two different companies are going to have a crossover, J-pop and rainbow colors are not exactly the first thing that come to mind.
They're never what comes to mind.
And becoming an idol, also not the first thing that would come to mind, exactly. I would still like to see that, though, because I'm pretty sure, like, two people bought that game, including Etika. And then he played it for 10 seconds and never picked it up again. Like every game he does.
Oh, no, what happened? He picked it up and then he put it back down.
Exactly.
No, one time he literally just walks in the room and is like, oh, this game exists. And just sets it back down.
Throws it in the trash can. He
just keeps it. He just keeps it. He just doesn't play it.
He literally puts it down, like IRL, like takes the disc, puts it in the case, and then
Generic Joe, listen, there is a game that he does play on his own time, Minecraft.
Dude, Etika loves Minecraft, of course.
Etika loves Minecraft.
Did you see the video where someone got Sky Bennett, the voice of Pyro, to say that?
Oh my god, no!
Yes!
Say what?
Yeah, the voice actress of Pyra and Mythra from Xenoblade 2 was doing live streams of the game. She's actually doing live streams on Twitch playing through Xenoblade 2. And at some point, someone either donated or they had they said in the chat, like, can you say Etika likes Minecraft in the most condescending, like, Mythra voice? And then she's like, Etika likes Minecraft. And then eventually, Luke Bomber clipped that and shared it with Etika, and he saw it on a stream. It's like, screw you guys, man. I can't have any friends who are also in the industry without your memes corrupting them. It's perfect. Hold on, I'm gonna go find that video real quick and link it in the stream chat, because that is the best thing.
Etika loves Minecraft.
Etika saw it on one of his streams, and then he... It was perfect. And I think the best part is, I'm pretty sure Etika saw those streams, one of the earlier ones that she had done, and was part of the stream chat, and then eventually, one of the later ones, someone donated saying, like, you say Etika likes Minecraft? Alright, it's in the stream chat if you want to see it. We want to bring that up during this live stream that we're doing right now, although you probably should, since Etika.
I should or should not?
Should not, because this is a kids channel.
What did you say? What did you say to me?
Would you just call me? I'll beat you up.
Let me just like it real quick. There we go. So, yep.
Video games.
Am I right?
I guess.
Okay, so what are we doing now? Not even joking, I'm being dead serious. What are we doing at this point? I completely forgot.
So we were previously talking about what we want to see come to Switchless first party. I think either you were in the process of giving yours or you already gave yours.
I think, one of mine, and I don't remember what it was.
Do you have any others?
Oh, I remember now. I was at for a game that wasn't a port.
Yeah, you were asking for that.
Pretty big demand this time, this day and age.
I mean, Metroid Prime 4 is happening, so...
Turns out it's just a port of Metroid Prime.
It turns out it's just Metroid Prime Trilogy, but in HD.
Oh, that would suck.
I mean, on one hand, I kind of want that, but I don't want that to be like... I don't want them to make a big deal out of it. It's like, yeah, Metroid Prime Trilogy in HD, go play that. I mean, you got the fourth one. Here's the others. It's kind of like what they're doing for Bayonetta. They got Bayonetta 3 on Switch, and then they got the first two on there to hype people up for it, get them ready. Just do
I'd
that.
like to
Just
see first party.
Just do that, but they have the collection already, so they just port that to Switch. Good to go. Metroid Prime, the first one especially, in HD would be so good. Because I think out of the three, Metroid Prime 1's the most visually interesting.
Yeah, and assuming what some call me Johnny said is correct, 2 is, it exists.
Yeah, 2 is in comparison. And then 3 is just... And then 3 isn't bad, it's just 3 is the easiest out of all of them.
Hey, who remember? I really want to play the trilogy again. Yeah, that would be cool. Hey guys, you want the one port I want to see on Switch? It's not
What?
trilogy. It's Metroid Prime. Metroid Other M.
No.
The baby.
The adopted one. But no one will.
Other M.
Not even?
No. Have you seen the cutscenes in that game? Every other sentence, I swear to God, Samus is just talking about the baby Metroid. She just calls it the baby. She says it like 20 times. She's like, the baby, the baby, the baby.
The baby Metroid.
If you look up any like Super Best Friends Play video when they're talking about Other M, that always gets brought up. Every time.
What?
The baby.
Whenever Super what?
Super Best Friends
Metroid.
Play.
You know, whenever they play Metroid Other M, even though I have no idea who they are.
It's not whenever they play, it's whenever they talk about it. Whenever they talk about Metroid, it always loops back around to Other M, and they end up saying the baby. Because it's every other sentence, I swear to God, she says it like 50 times in the whole game.
Could be worse. She could be saying something really annoying every other sentence. It becomes annoying. But something that's annoying on show.
I'm just saying it's
Should we do Metroid Other M for a Gamers View series?
No.
I have an idea. I will have to stroke real quick. There is
something like Dragon Ball Z abridged level of something. No, please.
No, you know what? Metroid Other M real-time fan dub.
Real time? Why real time?
Oh my God, that is the best thing.
So what? We would be doing the lines in real time.
Yeah.
Including the mess up.
Unrehearsed, unprepared. We don't have scripts. We are watching the cutscenes and trying to fill it in as we go. It's like a reaction video, but there's a point.
How about at the very minimum, we just have at least one. Can we at least do one thing? if we're doing recharacterization, can we at least have a paper of that so that stays consistent? So it's not just. So that's not like.
I guess. I don't know. Yeah, because there's actually there's a part in the game where it's like if you go to the gallery mode, you can watch all the cutscenes, and there's a play all button. And when you hit the play all button, it actually plays all the cutscenes as if it were a movie. So it plays them one after another. So and it lasts for about 2 hours. So it really is just Metroid Other M the movie. We're doing fan dub of that. Yeah, I want to do that. Let's go. Let's do that.
All right. Now we can't have this. Now we can't post this on YouTube anymore. We gotta take this down.
Why?
Because people might take the idea. You never know. We're not patenting it.
We did not sit through the past 4 hours of discussion just to take this down.
Actually, it's 3 hours and 59 seconds. Actually,
I don't care. It's a long time. Also, I'm seeing the clip of him falling off with the bike again.
I guess it happened on me.
This is like the 12th time I've seen it now. Oh, the stream's lagging. Oh no.
39
Okay, it's back normalized. It lagged for a second.
Alright, we'll just skip mine because I completely forgot mine.
So here's the thing about doing that real-time fandom, though, is that not only does someone have to buy the game, they have to beat it. They have to willingly play through Other M and beat it in order to do that.
It's called YouTube, sir.
What if we were to just like pick up any game and do a real-time fandom of it today?
Oh,
Let's do a real-time fandom of Xenoblade 2. I don't think anyone's done that yet.
Yes.
So, I kind of want to do that now. We'll discuss this later on.
Let's do it today.
We'll refine the idea.
We'll refine the idea and get more of those ideas. Also, I know this is the third time I'm saying this, but hey, remember when this is an E3 podcast? Me neither.
What's E3? What's a podcast?
It's up your butt. That's what it is.
Actually, it's up yours. Thanks for asking.
Yeah. I didn't ask. I answered.
Oh, geez.
Oh, hey, it's Luggy's Balloon World. So, how about we have a little random facts time? I don't know if this was on stream or not when I said this, but apparently there's a Transformer named Lugnut. I found that out earlier.
Yeah, you told me this.
I found this out earlier today. I did not know what
What
it
you mean,
existed.
busting nut?
It was created before Bustin' Nut was like a thing.
No, it's saying don't.
But it does not change the fact that Nut is indeed in his name, and it was a real Decepticon in like the animated series on Cartoon Network.
You know what, guys?
No,
I'll get.
And you may say, "Oh, but the animated series is too cryptic. I don't know what you're talking about." No, the show is called Transformers Animated, and it was on Cartoon Network.
Guys, I got a good fact from
The one in the early 2000s, the
The one that is literally just called Transformers Animated.
I don't remember which one that was.
It was the one where it was like they had Bulkhead and Prowl was a bike, and Ratchet was an old man. Well, yeah, okay, not actually old man, but he was like old and stuff. The E3 podcast
was like a beetle. That one.
I got a
remember
fact.
if he was a beetle. I don't remember if he was a beetle in that one specifically, but he was a beetle in like G1.
The E3 podcast where we talk about Transformers. That's what somebody said.
Yeah.
That's what someone said. Oh, that's good.
All the robots die.
Disguise.
Okay, hold on
All
a
the
sec.
robots die.
I need to find this Did You Know fact.
Did you know? No one cares.
Did you know?
eBay.com exists?
Did you know you're adopted?
Did you know that The guy that plays. Let's just keep going as random as we possibly can. Did you know that the guy that plays Ryuji in Persona 5 is also the voice of the One Punch Man?
One Punch!
Did you know my Magikarp got stolen from me?
Did you know no one...
Did you know that Magikarp is a real... Did you know that Magikarp is the best Pokemon ever to be conceived?
Of course.
Did you know Magikarps are based on coins, and I have coins in my basement?
Did you know
Did you
that
know
slapping
that
people
there
is
are-
legal
that
in
there are-
the
And,
United
and more
States?
specifically, they're based on a certain
Ow.
religion relationship.
Sorry about that. I didn't
Did you know that there are a total of 10 people in this entire world that own a PlayStation Vita? One of those individuals owns 6.
What?
Get it? Because the Vita didn't sell any. Like, seriously. People only bought a Vita because of I almost said PlayStation Golden. People only bought a Vita because of Persona 4 Golden. That is not an exaggeration. That is how they moved most of their units.
Wait, why did they
And that was a re-release. That is a special version of an already existing game.
That's depressing.
And it's also kind of
Like
fun.
Andrew.
Huh?
And also, on that same kind of token, every Switch game that has been put, all the first-party Switch games that were ports of Wii U games have sold more on Switch than
I
they
did
on
it!
the Wii,
I found
which
it!
is
Okay.
What is
which
it?
is
Don't
hilarious.
say anything.
Has there been one that sold more than the Wii U?
Alright, guys, I got your Did You Know gaming fact.
Oh, not the Wii U version. I'm saying the actual Wii U itself.
Did you know, according to the...
No.
Did you know, according to the recent
I'm
discoveries
gonna
in the
say no.
game files, Gibby from Drake and Josh can be found on the data of Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo Wii U. Gibby is thought to be cut because they could not render smooth animation of him taking his shirt off in the 3DS version of the game. You're welcome.
When you say Gibby,
Gibby.
he's from iCarly, you get.
I read it word for word.
Yeah, that's what the actual thing says. No, that's what it says.
I don't care.
That's
Still
the Drake and
get.
Josh. That's the joke, Edwin.
I don't care.
Yes, you do, Edwin. Or you just need to complain about more things in life. Because seriously, all you do at this point in this live stream is freaking complain.
You want me to complain?
King Daniel in the chat. King Daniel in the chat says, "Did you know that this podcast was a mistake?"
Yeah. Gibby would be talking to your brawl Mennonites. There's no chance.
Remember when podcasts were podcasts?
Remember when we cared about this podcast?
Remember when we cared about Games View?
Oh my god.
Remember when people played video games?
Remember
Remember-
the time people cared about our channel?
You remember when people
Remember that
actually
time
liked
that-
me?
Remember
that
when
time
Edwin was
Jeff
exposed?
uploaded a video? Yeah, me neither.
Do you remember when Edwin was exposed?
Remember when Edwin lost four subs recently?
Wait, what?
This is reaction. Wait, what?
Hey,
Meanwhile, I hit 100 like 3 days ago.
shut it, Jeff. At least I have subscribers.
He hasn't been uploading, Ed.
I'm pretty sure Jeff, in the time between his last video and now, he has gone from 17 to 18 subscribers.
Are you being that serious?
I think, I'm pretty sure,
Go to my
at
channel
some
real quick.
point or another,
Please
because
check.
like, Timmy, oh no, you're still at 17, never mind. I swear to God, you had 18 at some point.
Yeah, I did at one point actually. You know what happened?
Maybe if
I forgot my password.
Hey Jeff, here's an idea. Maybe if you would like make content, you know, just
Dude,
an
nothing
idea.
really funny has been happening, so I need to start doing gaming videos. So I need to change Jeff Derp to
Jeff Derp Gaming.
No, just to Jeff. I
Jeff
might just
Gaming.
change it back to Jeff. Just make it Jeff. Period. Just because.
But
Thing is, it's kind of pointless with having Jeff Group because I'm trying to find funny content to put on there, but I haven't really found
You're
it.
probably never gonna go back to it.
What?
Never go back.
Never
Never
gone
go
off of.
I forgot my
We've
password,
gone
so
off
shut
topic
it.
and we're probably- I was talking about the live stream, saying shouldn't we go ahead and end it since we have not gone back to talking about E3, we probably won't.
True. Alright, peeps.
Hey, did you guys know that every channel that we've had between all of us, including like solo and group channels, every one of them except for Jeff's channel has gotten more subscribers than Team Kraken.
Oh my god.
It's sitting at 35 right now. I'm
Alright.
at 101. NSG is at 60. You're at 39. Jeff is at 18. Jeff's the only one that hasn't made it past Kraken. Josh has 36. Your second channel. Oh wait, no, your second channel only has 5 actually. So never mind. Cake Eater also has less. Okay, my claim is actually getting less and less valid as I look at this.
Stop looking at it then.
Do you ever put Kevlar Productions underneath the channel info?
Not yet. Not yet. Alright,
Is the
we're
podcast
gonna stop the stream
done?
here. Make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe. We'll see you guys next